Welcome back. Love Boat Project episode 64. We can have a tournament, a proper tournament. I am Mike Robertson, joined as always by Mike Keller. Mike,
Hmm.
what was harder to obtain in the year of our Lord 1979? Boxing gloves or former loved one's whereabouts?
Ooh. Both great questions. And I'm going to answer your question with a question, Mike.
Okay.
Now, was the middleweight weight class different back then? Because there's no way in hell Alan Hale Jr. is weighing in at a maximum of 160 pounds, Mike.
Well, I
You
mean, it
can't
is.
throw out weight classes to a boxing fan and not make it somewhat accurate.
Yeah, because it's like you could either go Milton Berle lost a lot of weight or the skipper gained a lot of weight, but these ships never passed each other in the night. Like
This
as
was
far as
like
weights.
no weight class fight if you had to put these two.
Yeah.
Like just standing next to each other, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. And we knew like middleweight champion of the world is a famous title, right? This
It's a
isn't like
big deal.
they weren't trying to run super bantamweight by or something. Like we definitely know what middleweight is.
Cruiserweight or some weird. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was
Mm.
I enjoy when they dip their toe into sports. This was as good as one as even as ridiculous as it was. But yeah, I would pay to see the storied career of Smiling Jack McTeague for sure. So,
Or unless maybe they swap him out and put Rosie Greer in the Alan Hale role and just really wipe the floor with Uncle Milty.
Jeez. Poor Milt.
Poor Milty.
Oh, God. We are here to talk about the 13th episode of season 3, The Harder They Fall, Next Door Wife, and I would dare say one of the better storyline titles we've had, The Spider Serenade.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I did like that one as well.
Because it made sense, but also it had a little panache to it.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that because this was a tour de force by one person, both in front and behind of the camera. So, what was this one about? The synopsis: Gopher dates a passenger, Claire Dalrymple, who tells him that she is separated. Carol Hansen tries to pry her husband Chet away from his new girlfriend Kim by saying next door, and old boxing rivals Ed Taylor and Jack McTeague renew their decades-old rivalry. Apologies to the McTeague family.
Decades, like 4 decades. Jeez. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, what do you think
How long ago?
I know. What do you think they were portraying them as? This is 1979.
30s. They fought when they were 15. You know, they like to make them younger.
God.
Everybody's 40 this week, Mike. You know.
So do you think the middleweight championship belt in 1939 was just the melted down Captain's Cup? Like, wasn't that the same time frame?
It seems like it. It does seem like it. Yeah, I don't know how long ago. Like, was that like when they had like bare knuckle? Was this the Jack Johnson era of fighting with like ropes for ropes and no?
Yeah, this will show my boxing ignorance in terms of historical. Is the only people I know boxing wise names before like the 50s were heavyweights, and it is like Jack Johnson, Jack Dempsey. Whoever Jack Dempsey fought, Max Baer, so Schnelling,
the
Max
Koloff
Schnelling,
brothers,
whoever James Earl Jones played in that movie, that was. But again, they were smart. I am such a snob when it comes to sports stuff. Yeah, they stayed the hell away from any actual sports references with the boxing, which was interesting because late 70s. I mean, you could go. Boxers are some of the most famous people in the world at that time.
Oh yeah,
and there was never like a Sugar Ray Leonard reference or an Ali reference. There was none of that. Surprising.
It's probably smart. There was I think Howard Cosell's name came up, but I think that's as far as it went. Well, because I remember growing up. I don't know if it was this or a couple years after this. I mean, when they would have a big fight on. Wide World of Sports on ABC at like 3:00. It was probably tape delayed or whatever, but it was a big deal. And I feel like boxing was so much more accessible.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, especially now. I mean,
but we
this just
never knew. You never knew about the fights. Like there was no. It was such a big deal. Boxing was back then, and it's so weird because it's just
gone.
I don't know. I don't want to make this the boxing project, but like it's
Right.
so muddled and so muddy, and
Yeah.
it's just a
No,
mess now.
because there used to be nothing better than like on a random Tuesday if you were out. The USA had a fight night, ESPN
Yeah.
had a fight night, and it's
Tuesday
like
night fights.
at the end of the day, while it is great to have a great fight that you're excited about on pay-per-view and all that stuff, it's also great just to watch two people boxing when you don't really care, right? And it's like it's just the perfect flip around sport, and the fact that we lost that is sad. So
Well, I in addition, I think it's sad as well because the only fight that is accessible right now is like a Jake Paul fight on Netflix.
right, or
that's
this
just a
Ed Taylor
spectacle.
Jack McTeague fight,
Right,
which
right.
is the first
They'd
fight
be
I've
on
seen in a
Netflix.
while.
Where's the
Oh
Netflix
my
honchos for these guys?
You
Come
tell me
on.
Nancy Culp's not angling for that third
Oh.
in the trilogy. So
Can I just say, since you said her name, come on, guys. Come on. You
what?
could have done so much more. Nancy Culp is great. I
Got
wanted so much
her,
more.
as always, her points per minute very high.
I agree.
All right. Original air date of this sucker, December 8th, 1979. We are deep into the holiday season, and for once, we are getting programming that reflects that. What else is on?
That's exciting.
Well, let's do the one that really isn't. Although it's funny, I meant to look up the actual synopsis of this. Like, it's a movie we've all heard about. I don't know what it actually is about. Heidi was on NBC from 8 to 10.
Oh, isn't that when they
Is it
doesn't she push a
yodeling?
blind boy off a mountain or something like that?
It's
I think
yodeling
that's
or
what it
something,
is.
right? Is Heidi
I think there's yodeling, but I think she's like an orphan and they bring her in, but she's like the bad seed. And she starts pushing kids down the mountain and kids don't recover.
She's like blonde Pippi Longstocking, right? Is that Heidi?
Right.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I don't remember what.
I have no idea. I
think I get it confused with the Sound of Music.
Sound of Music, right?
I don't know what Heidi is.
Well, I will say this: Heidi was like 1968 or something like that, so it was definitely after Sound of Music. So my guess is it probably is some ripoff of Sound of Music.
This is that movie where they always play that version of that movie, but nobody remembers what the hell the movie's about.
Right. And this is also the movie, of course, that famously preempted the end of a football game before they would delay, so that's honestly the biggest thing I know about Heidi. So, but go to Heidi Project if you really want to know what it's about. ABC before the boat at 8 p.m. That's right. It's the Pat Boone and Family Christmas special.
I look forward to this every year. Okay.
Pat and Shirley Boone, along with his daughters, Cherry, Lindsay, Lori, and then Debbie, who's actually the one who has a hit, I think, at this time.
She gets left. How many daughters does he have? 4? He has 4 daughters.
Well, 4 performing daughters. I mean, who knows? There might be more. And no sons that can perform.
Wow.
They celebrate the holiday season. You ready?
Mm.
Guests include...
Oh, boy.
Marty Ingalls.
Okay.
The Hudson Brothers, who I don't know who they are.
The Hudson Brothers. Are those big twins that rode motorcycles and they were in the Guinness Book of World Records? Is that them?
See, no, that'd be great. I would watch.
I would love to. I know who they are.
Let's see. We'll skip a couple here. Tom Bosley, one of the few Happy Days peoples not to be on the boat as of yet. Rosemary Clooney and Dinah Shore, who got name dropped today.
Nice.
And then the big guests.
Oh, those aren't the big guests? Dinah Shore? That's a pretty big one.
Likely, big guest for our purposes. Likely stubby nominee for this season, Audra Lindley.
Yeah, absolutely.
The man who has an award named after him, Norman Fell.
Any
probably half-assing it through a Christmas special.
He slept through the whole thing. He's plays the character Sleeping Uncle.
And of course, Gavin and Patty McLeod.
Really? Huh.
I tried hard to find it. That's a lot of guests for an hour.
That's a lot of. What did he do? What did Gavin do on the show? He doesn't like.
He
was he
do
whistle?
Like
he's a world champion whistle. Well, I feel like this is Circus of the Stars. But what's his skill set?
Well, you're assuming that this is just singing, but it's also possible there's skits.
Oh,
I gave a cursory look to find
better.
it.
I don't think that's better in my mind.
Gavin McLeod is a good actor. Meryl Streep. I know you have trouble separating
I
the two.
can't separate the two. I can't. I've never seen them together in the same room. That's all I'm saying.
But
yes,
CBS, our friends over at CBS, still trying to find their way. They come in strong.
Okay.
Because it's funny to look back now and see something that had only been on for a few years, and it's still on today. At 8:00, the famous holiday cartoon starring Jimmy Durante, Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, we still watch that. I mean, that's a holiday staple. Good for you, CBS.
Exactly. Followed by the less than classic holiday cartoon, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Now, Mike, do you know this one?
It's not the Boris Karloff. That's the Grinch. No, who? I don't. I think it depends on the narrator.
Joel Grey of Cabaret fame, and later Remo Williams.
Buckaroo Banzai?
No, that's Remo Williams. He was the Asian sensei in
when he was
Remo
like put
Williams.
the finger through the board. Remember that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was Treat Williams. Was that Treat Williams?
No, it was Fred Ward.
That's funny. I don't remember. It does not ring a bell to me.
I think I saw this randomly a few years ago. My nephew had like a DVD with a few of the lesser Christmas cartoons on it, and I think this is one of them.
But he didn't pay much for that, huh?
It probably came free with something. The plot of this is that a village is worried that Santa's going to skip their houses because there was a letter that got published in the newspaper doubting the veracity of with the validity, sorry. It'd be different if it was veracity of Kris Kringle. So I just assumed they were going to try and flesh out and I guess they do at the end, but like I figured they were just going to flesh out the poem. You can get a half hour out of that poem without having to involve the newspaper, I think. But
it's not a short poem. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
What what's funny is there's a second title to it. It's called Santa Says, "Look what I do now." ...
Yeah.
You get nothing.
Says,
how about that?
No, not all press is good press.
Yeah. Go to sleep early. Go to sleep early so you can wake up to that empty tree, you bastards. That's what I say. Come on, Santa. How about a little appreciation for old Saint Nick?
Yeah, you gonna throw open that sash?
Nobody's breaking their back to send him a thank you note. I mean, come on. Criminally overlooked the thank you notes for Santa Claus. Nothing. They'll send him a list.
What do you think?
They don't send him a thank you card.
What about the cookies? What about the cookies?
Listen, as a person that struggles with diabetes, it's not even. I can't even. I don't want to kill the guy.
I'm not saying Santa doesn't have diabetes, but he's not.
If he eats millions of cookies in the same night,
but it's only one. But that's it.
That's it. He shows up with compression socks on, like he's ready.
364. He's healthy as hell, but that one day, so
he lets it all go.
Anyway, I'm very happy that as we get towards the end of the year, we did get some Christmas. I assume that means more Christmas next year. We'll get to whether the boat has Christmas next week, but let's get to the credits. Uncle Milty's back as Ed Flash Taylor, his second of 6 boats. He'll be back 5, 6, 9, and of course, the series finale.
Everybody, it's got like 20. Hundreds of people are on that episode, apparently.
I mean, I guarantee, all joking aside, I feel like we're 13 episodes in. We've probably had 20 people in our credit list that we've said are on this last episode. Like it's,
and I'm sure there's people that we haven't encountered yet that are going to be back. Like they add new favorites, I feel like, every season that can be thrown onto that fire later.
But these favorites, I mean, who were the guys a couple weeks ago? We didn't even know who they were. It was like, and they were playing themselves. I can't. I mean, it's a long time, right? But I refuse to look anything up about that last episode.
No. I don't want to know anything about it.
Nope. Mike, the last time we saw Uncle Milty on this, it was a pretty disappointing performance. He was the prankster, if you remember, who
floating in the ocean. I assumed
suicide.
He died. I didn't. Yeah.
So, that was so long ago. It was episode 4 of this Love Boat project.
Wow.
Episode 4 also was the debut episode of 2 recurring bits.
I bet you it was what was on.
What else was on? Made its
What else was on?
debut in episode 4.
Oh, wow.
Which is funny because every now and then you'll be like, my favorite new segment, which is like all but 3 episodes we didn't do it. And the other one, that was the first appearance of April Lopez. April Lopez.
April Lopez. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. I believe that is Wheelchairs in Wimbledon. So.
Oh, and that's the Bruce Banner episode that we love so much.
Yep, that's a really good episode.
Great, Bill Bixby was so good.
As we often say, we didn't know how good we had it sometimes back then.
No.
So
Bill Bixby set the bar very high, and we didn't even realize that he was setting the bar. He was so good. But
yeah, those first year Stubby nominations are a little skewed. I will fully admit that we probably missed some people in there.
I agree.
All right. Susan Buckner plays Kim Patterson. This is her only boat.
Yeah.
She's best known as Patty, the preppy nerd girl in Grease. Yet another Grease person for us.
Nothing.
We mentioned him earlier. The skipper, Alan Hale Jr. plays. Why did I write Gus McTeague? I don't know.
That's his Gus. That's what his brother calls him.
Smiling Jack McTeague.
Jack Gus.
This is first of only 2 boats. I was actually surprised.
I will say, you know what I noticed about this, Mike? When I first saw him on scene, he was so much taller than everyone else. But from years of seeing him on Gilligan's Island, he wasn't. So, do we just have a short cast versus the Gilligan's Island cast? Like, because remember, Steubing's not that tall.
Right. And it's interesting, too, because Nancy Culp, I would assume, is tall for a lady.
Right.
And Milton Berle is stringy but tall. So he was, surrounded by giants. So I guess you didn't see as much. But the other thing is, too, I guess you never just saw Skipper, like, standing up straight a lot. He was always, like, hunched down and doing this. So
That's true. But maybe Gilligan was tall, I don't know. It was interesting. I just felt like it was more apparent.
To be fair, Gilligan was only in high school, so I don't know.
He was in 9th grade when that ship. Yeah.
He'll be back in season 5 as a world famous writer. This is the 5th of 7 Gilligan cast members. Are we going to get the other 2? Do you think?
Who is it? The professor and
Mr. Howell? The rest. No, and the rest.
And
we're missing. It's the professor.
Oh, that's
and
right. It's the other way. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think we get the Gilligan, we get the skipper.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Marianne before Professor.
I don't think the professor steps foot on this.
I don't think the professor makes it. I think I'm gonna go. Dawn Wells ends up. She's perky. You can throw her into a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
But the professor, no. I think Mr. Howell's too big of a deal.
Well, he's been on.
Oh, that's right. What am I talking about?
So
we have Professor and Marianne. All right.
Right. Yeah, we're 5 out of 7.
Professor will never be on.
Yeah. Hey, if he wasn't on,
whatever did he do anything? I wonder if he did anything after. I mean, he was on TV, all those reruns and everything else as him, but he doesn't look familiar to me as if he did anything after.
I've never seen him in anything. And honestly, the only way I would really know what else he was in is if he shows up on here and I look it up. Like I have no concept. Which is a shame because it's not like he was bad. Like he could have been
in everyone's houses for years.
He could have been. He could have played Dick Martin last week. He could have been the scientist.
He could have played Dick Martin. He's the right age for it.
So exactly. Yeah, it's true. So, Nancy Culp's back as Sylvia McTeague. Nancy, second of 3rd boat appearances. She'll be back for the season 4 finale, which spoiler has a storyline named Tony and Julie, which involves Julie getting into mix-em-ups with a zookeeper. So some look forward to. Didn't say romantic. Did not say romantic though.
Hijinks.
Yeah. Nancy, of course, was a Stubby nominee for Best Duo last season and appeared in the Stubby winning Best Storyline, The Kissing Bandit.
She was so good. Again, we didn't know how good we had it, even with that episode, Mike.
No. Her counterpart in this, from the wives' perspective, Sheila McRae playing Helen Taylor. Now, who was she in Seinfeld?
She was Jerry's mom.
No.
Yeah, that's her, right?
No. That can't be true.
Maybe I
That
just
can't
made
be
it
true.
up.
That cannot be true.
You know what? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I take it back.
I don't know that 100% sure, but that just seems like unlikely.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I imagine she would have been.
Looked like.
Yeah. So.
Just ignore me. Sorry. I'll be on mute for the remainder of the episode. Thank you.
This is our only boat. I guess it's our only Seinfeld too. Interesting enough, she was the replacement for Audrey Meadows in the Honeymooners sketches on the Jackie Gleason show.
Really? How long did that go on for?
This was like the 60s. I think we forget sometimes that the Honeymooners wasn't necessarily a show all the time, and that it appeared on the Jackie Gleason show as a sketch. And so she was the second Alice Cramden.
Interesting.
And she was once romantically linked to the father of the Prince of Pop himself, Frank Sinatra.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Frankie.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm skipping around here a little bit. Robert Sampson plays Nelson Finner. This is his only boat. He didn't have anything that really popped. He's just one of those guys that ends up in like every action drama in the early 80s.
I could see that. I could see that. I can also see he had the amazing ability. I've never seen an actor just appear out of thin air before either, which is amazing. Good for you, Robert Sampson. I think it
was his magic sunglasses that he had on at the end.
It might have been,
of the
or
episode.
it was because he freshly turned 40. That's why.
No, well, you know what happens when you turn 40.
I know. I mean, they're called smile lines, Mike.
Listen, you turn 40 and they hire a new receptionist. My hands are tied.
Come on, what do you want me to do? Look at me. Look at my old face.
If you poke me, do I not bleed?
Come on. Look, what am I supposed to do? Oh, that's going to be fun to get to. Yeah.
Speaking of shaky relationship decisions, James MacArthur plays Chet Hansen. He, of course, is best known as Lieutenant Dan Williams Dano on Hawaii Five-0. You know what's funny? When I first started watching it, I knew you would say Book 'em Dano, and I was like, that's not Jack Lord. What the hell is Mike talking about? And I realized very quickly
it's Dano himself.
First of 4 boats for him, including he'll be back this season for the season finale, which puts him in contention, of course, for the Iron Man stubby, which I think at this point is just Sydney.
Yeah,
so it's Sydney the waiter.
That's it. So that's it. Yeah,
we may have created that award a little prematurely because they
trying to make one up to give to Sid, and Sid's like, "Hey, I'll take my award," and go, "Well, actually, Sid." James MacArthur has entered the room, so
yeah. Just want to say I'm glad we're not doing Hawaii Five-0 because that is slightly more episodes than this one. 259 Hawaii Five-0s. So congratulations to those doing the project.
Not a bad show. Wouldn't my favorite. If it was on kind of thing. I didn't really care.
Yeah, I can't say. Again, that's almost like a Charlie's Angels situation where I certainly know all the beats of it, but like, did I ever see a full episode? No idea. So. Jill St. John is back.
Yeah.
As
an
Claire
American treasure, Mike.
Yeah, and I will say this: we've talked about maybe adding a most improved or whatever we're gonna call that or whatever.
It's a good call.
She was fine in that first episode, but they really didn't give her much.
Not
she was kind of like a ditz. She was great in this thing.
She was great in this.
She was amazing, and that is a role that could have been pretty lousy, right? Just in terms
of layered. It's layered.
Yeah,
it's almost
playing a lot of
two roles. Yeah.
I
thought she was easily her best Love Boat appearance so far, and I'm a huge Jill St. She's great.
Yeah, I haven't like sat down with the list yet, and I know the olds are dominating all the categories, but like in terms of not an old female lead, this is as good as we've probably seen this year.
She could sneak away because she was very much. I say she was more of a lead in this episode than anyone else was in that lead. Would you say?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
like that was the spotlight.
That's the A storyline by miles.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, second of 4 boats, like we said, she was Mitzi Del Rizzi. last year, who was Doc's buddy. She was the first American to play a Bond girl.
Yes.
And she's married to Robert Wagner. I feel like I have said both versions of this. She was only in one episode of Heart to Heart, so she is not on Heart to Heart. That's Stephanie Powers. I think last
Wait a
time,
minute.
yeah. So Stephanie Powers is the co-star of Heart to Heart,
Yeah,
not married to Robert Wagner. I think I've always gotten that confused in my head. So now we know.
So it's not Natalie Wood on Heart to Heart.
Definitely not. Unavailable.
It's not. And so let me ask you this. It was a horrible attempt at humor. Was he with Jill St. John after the accident happened or before? Or where does that fall in the timeline? Do you know?
I think well, they were now I have to go back and look. I'm not sure, but I don't think I think they were married. I don't really know when Natalie Wood died either. So I guess
I don't 60. I really don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, I think he was with Natalie Wood and then he was with Jill St. John. I don't think there was anything ill towards in terms of that part of it. So
yeah, no. I was just curious of the timeline or where that all.
Yeah. But I'm glad we cleared that up because I, honest to God, just assumed. I think I thought that she was Stephanie Powers essentially. So they don't look dissimilar. They don't look totally dissimilar.
They don't look dissimilar. I agree.
Wagner's got a type.
He's got a type.
Finally, speaking of awards, get the worst ready. Joanne Petite or Pettit as Carol Hansen.
Whatever. Get off the boat.
Jesus. First of 3 boats. She's back each of the next 2 seasons. She's got one of those long IMDb bios where it's like they don't really say anything, but they always talk about what talent she had that kind of went wasted by Hollywood and blah blah blah. But we see that a lot with like older actresses. So
yeah, I didn't.
There's a lot of problems with that storyline, so I don't even know if I can say she was good or bad. She made me hate her. I don't know that that's what they were going for.
You don't know if that's a result of her skill or just the fact that we didn't know what the hell was going on with that.
It's
that
like
story
I always give
muddy.
I always give flowers to Captain Dave because I think that's what they were going for, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
I don't know what any of that storyline was going for.
I didn't
honestly.
either.
And watching it the second time, it was so much worse because I knew how it was going to end.
Well, it's funny because I was keyed on that storyline, the same thing, and I was like, let me pay more attention to this one this time, and I did, and it sunk in less.
It's
like
worse.
It meant less. I'm
it's
like,
worse. Right.
Well, I felt the one thing I can't stand on the show is that when you have a storyline, you get to the end of it, and I say, who cares? Or that was a complete waste of time.
Yep.
And
there was one good part of that storyline, and they neutered it by the way it finished.
Yeah.
So but the reason I saved her for last, besides I did want to mention, and I'm not bagging on this poor woman, but I will say in her IMDb they do mention that she appeared in the 70s on a bunch of quote has-been shows like The Love Boat.
So that's terrible. Has-been shows.
Fired. I mean, come on.
Have they not seen the list? It's Alan Hale Jr. this week. What do you mean?
You think
that ruins the argument right there.
You think Sheila McRae, star of Seinfeld, was
yeah, the Alan Hale Jr. argument does not work in this example. Yeah.
The most exciting part about her, and honestly, everything we've talked about up to this point, she was married for a long time and they had a child to someone who has been on the boat this season.
Oh.
And I'm not
I mean, it could be anybody. I mean, that's a lot.
It could be anybody. Do you want to take a guess? Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to wait and ponder it throughout the episode?
Well, I just want to know if it's that son of a bitch Rodrigo from last week. That's not it, is it?
It's not Ricardo.
Okay. Ricardo.
No, it's not Ricardo.
No,
everybody's married to Ricardo.
That's my own. Was she the one waiting outside the ship for Ricardo?
She was married.
Yeah.
The former United States Olympian, Mr. Barrett, Alex Cord.
Really?
So, yes. You have no idea. I was so excited that I saw that.
That's very cool.
And now I kind of hope they're on an episode together because they didn't get divorced till after the boat was over. So
another gymnastics. That'd be great.
Last thing before we get on from me, we kind of hinted around it. Fred Grandy wrote the Spider Serenade. He wrote it solo. No Doc help on that one. Great Great storyline.
Great storyline.
And really the first example of the actor writing himself a big part. So if you're going to do that, you got to do it well, right?
You have to execute.
He certainly did.
I feel like he held up his side of the bargain. I really do. I felt like he did, and Jill St. John did too. I thought it was fine.
And I'll say this, and this kind of goes back to the things you said about Ted Lang saying, the characters, the best character development is when other actors write it. But like everything that happened in this episode was true to Gopher's character. There wasn't
100%.
some giant leap. They didn't stretch it. Everything
Well,
was fair.
I think it just shows that Fred Grandy, and not to sound weird, but I think he understands the character of Gopher probably better than any of these outside writers. Mm-hmm. So who better to write a Gopher storyline, especially one like this? It's got some layers. It's got some funny. It's got some, it's got all these. You root for him. You root against her. I thought it was a great storyline that he wrote. I thought it was great. One of the best ones of the season.
I think at this point, 2.5 seasons in, I think 3 of the characters are pretty much chiseled in granite at this point.
100%.
Steubing, they're working on it, but this week kind of tailed a little bit. But they're getting there.
That's fine. And
they don't know. They don't know what the hell they're doing with Julie. So
when I hear boxing, the only thing I know what to expect is Steubing's going to get punched at some point in this episode. So
I was only worried when he didn't referee. I was like, they're not going to take this away from me.
There's no way. Give me another 360, Gavin. Come on.
All right. Let's. Anything else? Or are you good to get on this boat here?
No. Right. I think we set the stage appropriately.
Toot open the episode with Steubing's office again, which I think we had said previously is a nice way to kind of start an episode and do a kind of quick exposition of one of the storylines. Last time it was the World War II couple that were meeting, even though what was that guy's name? Frenchie LaRue.
Oh,
he basically killed her husband and pretended to be him. But
and what I like about this too is I think it's a good, like they used to do this on Charlie's Angels where they would like introduce this storyline. Hey, Angels, this is the blah blah blah. I think it's a perfect way to, like you said, sell the story, get some laughs, and I like it. If they did that every episode, I'd be ecstatic.
No, it's this season's version of the parking lot, which would always do one storyline. It's just you can't have everybody rushing into the lobby and spilling their guts on the same. It's like this is much easier.
I like that they set the table.
Unfortunately, we catch the very end of the meeting. Steubing said we've completed the agenda. I'd love to know who's actually prepping that agenda. Is it Steubing? Is it like
it's a potluck
Julie's
too.
Got to do it.
They cleaned up the potluck before the camera started rolling.
Steubing mentions after they finish up the agenda that he's got a couple VIPs on the boat. Ed Taylor, Jack McTeague. Ed Taylor is a really successful travel agent. I don't know if
that's it. Mm-hmm.
He's no Rory. Rory, what's his name?
No,
Rory Calhoun, or whatever that guy's name was.
The guy that Julie puts on the pay no mind list.
Yeah. Jack McTeague is a VP of the line. We are really fleshing out the board of directors here in the org chart for the line.
I am filling out my job tree at this point. We're gonna have a whole thing
because we have him. We have the guy whose kid went on the boat last month.
You got Skarsgård.
There's at least one more, right? Like we're definitely getting. The 13-year-old kid's father.
And the English captain of the other ship. Oh, you want he's on there somewhere.
The Sun Princess guy?
The Sun Princess, that's right.
I didn't realize that was a VP role. Good for him.
I mean, it's another branch of the Pacific Fleet.
Isaac kind of recalls the names and says, "Oh, right, those guys are old boxers." And Steubing's like, "Silly Isaac.
You don't know anything, Isaac.
I think these guys are a little too important."
Come on.
And Isaac's like, people work their way up from the bottom, and and Steubing's like, only if they start giving their bosses what's for. Come on, Steubing.
Yes, boo.
Yeah, he came in pretty hot. So I will say this: generally, when he comes in this hot, this pompous, that bubble's getting burst at some point. They are pretty good about that.
I tell you what, though, it's just he comes in pretty hot, but you'll see it in a little bit. Boy, that bubble does get burst. It's amazing, like the 180 that he does.
Oh yeah. Oh, they take him down. They
They
take
take
him
him
down to
down.
Chinatown a few
They
times.
really do. They do. Koreatown, Chinatown, right? Little Italy. They took him to all the little towns.
Speaking of the Taylors, Ed and Helen Taylor arrive on the boat. Mrs. Taylor packed for everything, apparently. So, good line from Milton Berle. We're visiting Mexico, not invading, which I thought was really good.
That was good.
Made me feel way better about Milton Berle's performance. I was like, okay, good. Like this is already
off to a good start.
Yeah. So, we also found out that this is a 2-day cruise. So this is a quick weekend. So I guess this is Friday.
That's a lot.
They're out of there
for a 2-day cruise, man. They had like 7.
So you think it's Friday, Sunday?
Yeah, you leave Friday afternoon, you come back like Sunday evening or dinner time Sunday. What? That's kind of lame, though.
Hardly seems worth flying all day to get there, doesn't it?
It doesn't make any. Yeah, I don't get it. But okay, 2-day cruise.
Flash Taylor.
It's a 2-day cruise. Well, if it's a 2-day cruise, Mike, I'm sorry. Why wouldn't this be like a 22-minute episode then? Shouldn't the length of the episode directly reflect the length of the cruise? You're like, oh, it's a short one this week. Like, all right, fair enough. Sorry.
They really should make them real time in that we should be rewarded when the cruise is shorter. If we have to sit through 2 hours when it's a long cruise, we should get to get out of here in 15 minutes when it's a 2-day.
Or it could be worse. This could be a documentary. So these like 4-day cruises, we're literally watching, 4 days of solid cruise. Oh, this project would be a lot longer. Thank God.
To be fair, and I didn't have a problem with it. It was a perfectly fine C storyline, but we saw a lot of training montage for those 2 boxers. So all right. So Flash Taylor spots Julie and Vicky talking to the McTeagues, and he recognizes that crooked mouth any place. Ed is a grudge holder. You can tell right away. He is definitely like. There's a reason Ed was not named Smiling Ed Taylor. He definitely is the more irritable of the 2.
Yeah, Jack's had a pretty good life. You can tell just by the omnipresent smile on his face, no matter what he's doing.
And he's all class, right? He's thanking Julie, he's thanking Vicky. These are his employees. Class. He, as a VP of the line, he is just, and even better, he doesn't even have peripheral vision. He's not even looking over.
No, don't care.
At Milton Berle and Jerry Seinfeld's mom. He's not even looking.
He's like, you Pacific Princess employees, you're my focus. A lot of 2-hand handshakes. A lot of
your performance is a knockout. A lot of that stuff. A lot of boxing puns.
Where's that boo button? Looking for the boo button. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, because I want him to be very obviously a former boxer that Stubing did not pick up on.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Julie and Vicky are checking in Chet Hansen and his lady friend Kim, who does not share the same last name. Scandalous.
Scandalous.
The fact that they took a beat on this was like, really? Like,
I thought
all this stuff that happens on this boat, you're not going to feel weird about that. Like,
they should be glad that they're not 15 and sharing the honeymoon suite this week. Like, come on, we've had bigger fish to fry than this. And what is this? The Prude boat? Come on.
What is this? James Coco?
We forget where we are.
Goodman? Is Dory Goodman coming back?
It's just, come on. What all of a sudden we're squares. What? Come on.
Chet a bit of an overshare immediately, explains that, that last name thing will be rectified soon because they will be getting married. Like Julie is not Julie's not worried about this, right? Yeah. So
it's not even
Vicky
on her
says,
radar. She's like,
and again,
whatever.
we see this a couple times and we saw it a few times where it's like, there's a little, I will give them this. There's a little bit of a pay attention with Vicky. Like they're not just completely,
turn the knife just a little bit more, just a little, just a tiny bit, just to let you know that pain still exists.
Julie says she doesn't really care either way.
Yeah.
She gets paid. But Julie cares, right? Chet Hansen.
Obsessed.
Chet Hansen seems like Julie fodder, right? Although he's not an alpha.
He might be a little young. He might be a little young for her, and
he's not
an alpha.
And he's not an alpha. Yeah,
she's got nothing for him. Yeah,
no, that does seem. Now, Nelson Finner.
Oh,
Julie's. Yeah.
Oh, I bet they already hooked up. Like that already happened.
So, when he
right
appears,
up her alley.
When he appears out of nowhere, so that's Julie's bag.
He just leaves Julie's room. That's where he was the whole time.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
All right. So, Chet, like I said, is kind of explaining things away. And before this part of the story even has a chance to breathe a little bit, here comes Carol Hansen. She's in Chip's business right away. She's also dressed like Chip Kelly. She's got a visor on, so it's.
She pick up a smoothie with her name on it on the way into the ship. Just something Chip would do.
So she's on the boat because she's got divorce papers. And when Chet's like, really? This couldn't wait? And she's like, I thought you wanted a fast divorce. So, okay.
But that's we'll unpack, not how it works,
we'll unpack
sir.
all
that's
of this. But ultimately, Chet probably is at least, okay, we'll get this done. Because, it's Friday afternoon. I'm sure these papers are getting processed before Monday. So I don't really think there was urgency. Chet signs them pretty fast. And then kind of points out to Carol, hey, the exit's over this way. But Carol's not exiting, Mike. Nope.
Why would
she's gonna be on this exact same cruise. And that's good too, because she doesn't like to drive and she always gets lost, and maybe they can all share a ride home after the cruise returns. So
can I just say, Mike, at this point, I thought the storyline was going to be Kim Patterson kills Carol Hansen. Like immediately, I'm like, Carol Hansen's not going to make this 48-hour cruise already.
So immediately I thought this can only go one of two ways. This either goes, Kim sucks, Chet realizes it,
and then grass was greener kind of thing.
They get back together.
Yeah.
Or
you flip it.
It's a version of the Roddy McDowell allergic thing, where Carol finds out that I actually don't love you anymore. Like it's like that thing, and she kind of like leaves, and maybe Chet ends up with nobody or something like that, or even with Kim. It didn't matter.
Right.
They picked door number 3, which
I don't.
So
I didn't. Yeah, it was all. It was very odd to me.
But how does she find him? Are they talking enough that she knows? Like he mentioned that they're going away on a cruise.
She drank whatever Robert Sampson drank. I don't know how. Yeah. How did he find Jill St. John? I don't know.
That's even more. That one's even more ridiculous. Like, these guys live in Los Angeles at least.
Unexplained. Like she just shows up with it. I mean, I don't even think the word the phrase "it's a stretch" apply. It's just ridiculous. Like.
And this isn't even the stretchiest part of this particular one.
No, that's not.
Okay. A lovely lady is looking for the Aloha deck room 142. And so she asks this old gentleman who seems inoffensive if he can help. Of course,
you don't seem to be doing anything. Can you tell me how to get to
Excuse me. Is your son work here?
You're too old for a full-time job. Can you help me? Yeah, just rip them.
Could you tell me what aisle the paper plates are on? So
you don't have hair or a lot of self-esteem, it looks like. Can you show me?
There's no way you'll hit on me. I am fucking Jill St. John.
You're too plump to hit on me, sir.
Steubing barely finishes his sentence, which I guess he was trying to be charming or whatever, but come on, there's a hot woman in the lobby, so Doc swings out of the rafters,
just
like
appears.
The Batman.
Appears like Nelson Finner in air.
Everyone's got a transporter this week. It's just
a bunch of ninjas and smoke bombs going off and people showing up. Jesus.
All right, Doc tries his thing. He says that that Aloha room is right next to my office. I can take you. And Steubing was like, "Wait, hang on, that your office is on the other side of the boat." And Doc's like, "We're having a really good year. We have a branch now. I opened a different branch, which is
That's
great." Like
funny.
just
I thought it was funny.
so, so while these two are kind of like dickering around each other, who steps in? Burl Smith.
There you go,
He's like,
Burl.
I can help you. I can help you, ma'am.
And an innocent, with none of the creepy vibes that Steubing and Doc, not creepy, but like
Yeah.
lecherous, you know?
It's really like exactly it hit everybody correctly, right? Doc's
100%.
horny. Steubing can't close a deal at all. Gopher swoops in while these two are fooling around, and Gopher's kind of like charming and not creepy charming, not over charming, just just doing his job, right?
And when it seemed, I bet you it seemed even more charming because of the way that those other two guys were tripping over themselves. It's probably like
Yes.
nice that you're not like predatory in nature. You know, you're just
I would
100%.
say one of my top 3 qualities when I was single was not being other people in our neighborhood that were creeps. So I would say that was a real strength for me. So
Contrast is a son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
you know,
Like if you can just,
yeah, you know who I'm not is them.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, so yeah, Gopher is kind of like, let me help you, ma'am. Oh, your room's right there. I can help you out here. And then he summons the steward, and the steward is dressed in like he looks like he's dressed for a Newport ad
Yeah.
in the
I don't know
80s on a
what's,
boat. Like, what is
yeah.
this? It's like a blue windbreaker
I've never
with a
seen that
little
uniform.
like emblem on the breast. It's why do
Costume
we
department ran out of money this week.
what the
Just put a
steward
windbreaker on this guy. Yeah, I don't
you,
know.
you know what this is? This is
Hmm.
Steubing, because the steward outfit, as we've said, is the best uniform on the boat,
Yeah.
except for maybe the black long jacket, Alaska outfit.
Agreed.
And if this is going to happen, we're losing the white jacket, long black tie.
You gotta, yeah, that's no good. That's no
This,
good.
this guy looks like a dork. This dork. So
I could almost see them like if you had like a maintenance person, right, with a different sort of uniform on. That makes
right.
sense. But
Well, we thought
not,
it was weird that the plumber poet never had a uniform, almost
yeah,
to
he had
identify
like,
themselves.
yeah, that
But like
he looked like
Schneider
yeah,
did.
he
Like,
dressed
so
like he
it
worked
was
in a garage. Like what are you
yeah,
doing?
when he was dressed.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Gopher tells the steward to get her some tea and biscuits. Okay. This the British cruise? This is where that London life preserver stuff comes from.
Well, it's also is that what a steward does? I thought they were just to get you unpacked and get you.
That feels like a job that is a lot of things and nothing all at once.
Plus,
So
I feel like I've never heard Gopher talk to. He wasn't shitty, but I've never heard like get her some this and this or any.
yeah.
I've never show her to a room, help her like that, but never.
That's a good point. Maybe this guy is like a lower steward, and that's why he's wearing the blue uniform.
He's hard of hearing too, so he had to keep. I don't know. Something.
Or maybe
It was a weird.
maybe he's a terrible unpacker. So
his strength is delivering food, not clothes.
Why?
Sure.
Why are my socks in the tub? You are the worst unpacker. Just get some biscuits.
Why are my t-shirts full of jelly? Ah, you completely misunderstood, sir. You poured tea on my pants, and I don't know.
Gopher tells Claire to have a nice day. Turns to Steubing and Doc and says, "Carry on, boys." And man, just absolute facing of these olds. Good job, Gopher. So
good job, dude.
After the horn, we are in the Hanson Patterson cabin. Chet is complaining about Carol being on here, which I get. Although
not for long.
You probably said something in front of her. Honestly, that's the only way she really could have found out that he's on this boat. Like in 1979.
Well, yeah. I mean,
unless they're sharing a credit card, which, by the way, Chet, that's your fault too. So
if he didn't give her a ride to the ship, and her whole point of being on the ship is that she needed a ride home, how did she get to the ship?
Well, she probably
can't take a taxi home.
Well, I mean, we
It's
know
so
that wasn't
dumb.
her
It's
actual
just
point. So
well,
yeah.
also like divorce paper. That's not how divorce papers work. It's not like it's the same thing with bankruptcy. You don't open a window and yell bankruptcy like Michael Scott in The Office. It's not how it works. The judge
So
and a thing, and it's a whole deal. If it was as easy as just signing a piece of paper, there would
this is
be,
where I had
I don't know.
this is where I had a glimmer of hope for this storyline. Is Kim
Yeah.
has read a lot of psychology books over the years. I wonder if she read Dr. Todd's book.
Oh, she read Dr. Todd's book. I mean, this lady's
she's
pretty much
thorough.
naked for half the episode. She loves Dr. Todd Picasso.
She does bring up one of her favorites, Dr. Sonny Stone, in his recent book. Don't only be your own best friend, but marry yourself. So
Well, that is
apparently,
a terrible title of a book.
it's very wordy.
So long.
It's very wordy.
How would you even center that? Would you have to wrap text that thing? Well, you don't want a hyphen on the cover of your book. What are you doing?
And if your name's Sonny Stone, his picture's on the front jacket. It's not even on the back, right? He's got like
I thought a Sunny
he's
Spoon.
got like he's got a wedding veil and a cake on his hands or something like that.
Maybe it's Sunny Spoon. Remember the Van Peebles guy? Remember the Master of Disguise? And he would like solve crimes? Maybe that's what he meant.
Kim thinks that Carol is reading from that playbook, but Chet doesn't think that Carol reads those kind of books, which fair. I don't think Carol reads. So
no. Can I say Chet is just such a wet tissue of a person in this episode. He's just, there's no spine, there's no, like, I don't know. I feel like they overdid it a bit with the with his just nothing there. Just
yeah. It's yeah. I mean, like I said, in a way I'm already out on this storyline.
I was out. Yeah.
Which is not great. Kim kind of thinks she's making her arguments, and that's fair, but then she gets a smooch, and that's enough of Chet. He doesn't fight back on that.
Yeah,
so.
That's all he needs. Yeah.
The door knocks, and guess who it is? It's Carol. Turns out, Mike, that she is in the cabin right next door.
Everybody is, apparently.
Now,
with these adjoining.
How do you is that just luck? Is that just dumb luck, or do you call and say, "Hey, could I get the room next to these people specifically?" If you remember, the guys who stole the diamonds, they couldn't get a specific room. They had to pull all sorts of subterfuge.
Well, because Hanson, they'd have to be next to each other, right? It's got to be alphabetical. It's the only thing that makes sense.
So it's like homeroom.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like my room I'd be right next to Ed Flash Taylor and Helen. You know what I mean? It's
a good point.
Probably adjoining rooms. So
that's a good point. You could help them train. So.
I could. You might be next to yeah, that's true. I'm looking at
I loved you in Seinfeld. The guise of Carol knocking is that she needs help getting her dress zipped up. I mean, I guess it's bad enough. Why does she even know where they're rooming? But we've seen crew members just give that information away willy-nilly.
Yeah, there's no form of HIPAA when it comes to guest privacy. Jesus.
Funny, I have that line. I have that exact note. No HIPAA in 1979.
Nothing.
Kim, and again, this is where I'm very excited about Kim. She steps right in and zips up the dress. No fuss, no muss. Just
nothing.
Bang. There, your dress is zipped. Get the hell out of here. Carol reminds Chet that she's a light sleeper. Just she's a combination of villain and worst, right? But the villainy is so obvious that I feel like it's almost not villainous. Like she's just the worst. Like so.
Yeah, she is the worst. I don't feel like. The thing with villains we talked about before is the best sort of villain doesn't feel like he or she is a villain. They feel like they're doing the right thing. Right? Like we've always said that.
Yeah, this
is going out of her way.
Yeah.
To be, I just think she's the worst.
Gopher's walking down the hallway when he gets interrupted by just a blood-curdling scream. So hey, it's Claire in a towel. Not much of a towel.
Not much of a towel. Old Miss Dalrymple. Yeah.
Yeah, yelling in the hallway that there's a spider in her room. Gopher says, "Would you like me to take care of it?" And Gopher tries a couple bits. Tries a couple bits early. These bits are falling flat.
They're not going well.
No, because even if Claire was interested in his bits, she's tired. She's flown across the country, or been on the plane all day.
Yeah.
So she flew all the way, all day. So
Wait a minute.
Where do you think
All
Where do you
day.
think she's from? I'm gonna
What does
go.
all day mean? That's more than 4 hours, right?
Okay, so yeah, you gotta think maybe a connector, a bit of a layover.
London?
So, see, I was going the other way. I think she's like at minimum Ohio, like Midwest, right? Illinois.
If somebody says they fly all day, I'm thinking it's got to be more than a 6-hour flight.
No, I think because if you get up early, you go to the. I think when you say I'm flying all day, it's not the actual like plane in the air. I think it's you leave your house, you get to your destination.
Fair enough.
That's how I'm looking at it.
And if she's coming from the East Coast, right? What is that? 5 hours, 6 hours,
That's
something like that.
If she's on the East Coast, yeah. So
you figure 7, 8. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
That's a full work day. Yeah.
Right. Because I think based on the amazing Nelson Finner's travel log, they probably have some money. I'm going to assume he's got a decent job.
He probably at least gets a discount on that travel.
He had a decent job till he got fired for schlepping the receptionist. But
that is true. Well, I wonder too, this might be a dumb question, but I wonder if air travel took longer back then. It's not the same equipment that they use now or same aircraft that they use now.
I guess there's part of me that thinks it would be slower, but then there's part of me that thinks they didn't have regulations, so they just
no TSA. You can bring anything on a plane. You can smoke on a plane.
Are we ready? Sure, go. We'll figure it out.
Where's your seat? Find a place to sit. We're leaving in 2.
It's inside.
Where's the seatbelt? That's 1979. What do you? No.
Yeah, it's under the pack of Luckies. The after Joker Gopher jokes are kind of shot down. He apologizes, but he's having trouble finding the spider. Turns out the spider's on his arm. Claire beats the hell out of his arm.
Nice. Nice going, Claire Dalrymple.
So, but they have a bit of a tender moment after this.
They do.
The music starts to play a little bit.
Very
like romance music. Yeah.
For the first time, they love this music with these two. It is like from here to eternity music. Yeah.
Grandy's like, listen, he put it in the directions, right? In the script directions. He is like, music swell.
He composed it. He just went all out in this. Had an orchestra.
He probably did. The door knocks, and it is Doc and Vicky because they heard the screaming. Because of course they did. That's legit. Like that's not some BS. I didn't hear something, but I showed up. Right? This is like everyone heard the screaming.
You'd think another like passenger would even. The passenger's like, I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. I'm on a 2-day cruise.
Because we know
that's true.
Like Carol, the only thing Carol got right this whole episode, she said these walls are paper thin. They are. We've seen that, but. No problems here for whoever.
No busybody passengers. Everybody's minding their own business. Scream away. I'm not going to go up to see what's wrong. Go ahead. That's great.
So Gopher's like, no worries, taking care of. We're killing spiders. Shuts the door, and Doc, clearly flummoxed by all of this, says to Vicky, "I've heard it called many things, but not that." And they walk off. So we're hinting around, talking about sex with a 12-year-old. But
that's good. That's good. That's good.
I'm going to start marking these in different episodes. This episode. This is this week's version of Vicky shouldn't be on this boat.
No kidding.
Previous winners include the one where Steubing didn't talk to her the whole time, and the one where Douglas Fairbanks took her away for lemonade.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the lemonade trip. Yeah, that's real great. Yeah.
All right, let's go to dinner. There are multiple violin people just walking around to start the scene.
Now, is this the outdoor captain's table or is this the indoor? Because I know there was 2 of them.
So I know what you're saying because it feels like every time we get these walking around things, it's more outdoors. But we have also seen the table in so many different spots.
Right.
It is, for those of you keeping score, it is in the front, kind of in the middle, as opposed to last week when it was back in the middle, like as a dais. So this thing is never in the same spot. This is kind of where it was for Bud Pomeroy.
Yeah.
And also the the World War II singer, the USO singer, that one.
Yeah,
Like
definitely
that's
not.
that.
This is not Radar. This is not Gary
No.
Bergdorf, Captain's Table location, or even Stubby
Yeah.
himself.
And don't forget,
What,
it's been in the top corner a lot.
why wouldn't they
Also,
put it in the middle?
why wouldn't they just leave it somewhere? Like it's
I just
just
don't know
like,
where, if you have a quote unquote showcase dining table, right? It's the captain's table, supposed to be a big deal. Like in my mind, I'm like, well, where would you put it?
I
In the
mean, in my
middle of
mind, it should
everything,
be
or
private, right? Like, but if you're a diva,
oh, that's
like
a good
Steubing,
point.
you want to be right in the front. I don't know. I think it moves around because we've seen pretty low attendance. So maybe the
Oh,
fact
it's
that they
fallen
have,
off.
don't forget, like this one, Steubing, and last week too, because of Rosie Greer, Steubing wants it prominently displayed. When it's all the crew and Phyllis Diller, they shove that baby in the corner,
Yeah,
so.
it's in the basement. Yeah, interesting.
So the boxers are at the table, which does make sense because Steubing is trying to impress the
Well, they're
VP
bigwigs. Yeah,
and a travel
travel agent or something.
agent.
Yeah.
Steubing compliments Mrs. Taylor's gown, and then he starts to tell, kind of, he's like, "You won't believe this, man. People thought that you guys were ex-boxers." All snobby.
Mm,
Well, they both like, "Yeah, we are ex-boxers, you idiot." So
dummy. Do a
Steubing
little
doesn't even have
research. Yeah.
he doesn't even have an excuse with this one.
Well, and let's
So
just say, like, so if you're Steubing, right, and you hear this that they're boxers, how would you even look that up to validate or verify or not verify?
there was a big book of boxing or something like that. If you remember, in Rocky 1,
Is it the guy that
when
made the
they're
shipwreck book too? Same author?
Berman.
Berman's Big Book of Boxing? No? That's how he seduces women. Come to my cabin. You want to learn about pugilists?
You'll never believe the fight at Cape Hatteras. It was a disaster.
It was amazing. Come to my cabin and look at it alone with me.
In Rocky 1, when they're looking for a fighter to fight Apollo, they have a big book out. And I got the impression it was like the Ring Encyclopedia or something like that. So
interesting.
So
is that like
potentially
the PWI 500, basically?
Right. Yeah. So I don't know that Steubing has that one on board, but maybe it's in the bookshop. So
who knows?
Yeah. So once they kind of establish that they're both former boxers, Doc sets everybody up with, is it really true about is it really true about the whole thing where you guys knocked out the referee, which we forgot to mention in the beginning. The whole lure of this story is that they simultaneously hit the referee and knocked him unconscious, and so their fight ended in a no contest, I would imagine.
If that's the highlight of the fight, I mean, I can't imagine much else happened in the fight. Like they're not even saying like it was a close fight, just the referee.
Well, to your point, based on our assumption, is that Milton Berle is stick and move, and McTeague's just trying to hit him. So they probably never got near each other.
No,
because it would have been over.
I'd love to see Hale's reach versus Berle's reach. I mean,
yeah. I guess theoretically Milton could have been winning on points, but like if Alan Hale hits him once, it's over. That thing's not. Over. Yeah, so
he's gonna knock that cigar right out of his mouth.
Jack gets a really good zinger in on Ed. He's like, "What was your name?" Flush.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
He's like, for as many times as you went down, it should have been Flush. Yeah. He comes off super charming.
So likable.
You actually understand why he's a successful VP on the line.
Just charisma, jovial.
No, it was good. He played a really good character. Like, I actually enjoyed Alan Hale a lot. Ed also had to have his jaw wired shut after the fight. So yeah, like he must have the toughest like he should have been knocked out. If you broke your jaw, that means he hit you.
Yeah, so it means you probably weren't staying. I don't know how you. I don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think Flash Taylor pulled the ref in front of
Flush Taylor. Yeah, he is Flush Taylor.
All right. Let's see. A waiter greets Chet. Oh, by the way, these guys start. Again. Sorry, the boxers start fighting with each other, and the wives have to break it up, and we get boxing puns, which
Yay.
Yeah. A waiter greets Chet and Kim, but he when he tries to take the order, he refers to Kim as Mrs. Hanson.
Oh,
And
God.
wouldn't you know it, Carol's at the table behind them, and she starts
Boom.
to answer.
You say
I mean,
Finner 3 times and she'll show up. Boom. Here I am.
yeah, it really is Beetlejuice. This episode is kind of Beetlejuice. So just after Halloween too. This is where Carol starts saying, "Did you guys get married since I last saw you?" And
since what? Since the boat hasn't even stopped anywhere. Where the hell would they get
seriously,
married?
you've been in every scene we've been in.
You're next door. You can hear what we're doing.
Oh God,
it's dumb.
All right, post dinner, Steubing and the boxing wives are having a jovial time. It turns out Merrill took a page from old Thomas Jefferson, where when two rivals are fighting, you put them in a separate room with a glass of ale, and they'll come out fast friends. But Merrill is no Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, says the guy that's been locked in many rooms and gotten the snot beat out of him before. Aren't we gonna douche?
Yeah.
Just
yeah. You want to be in the room where it happens, Merrill? No, you don't.
No, you don't.
So wow.
Yeah.
So Ed and Jack are kind of across the hallway and they're arguing, and then that turns into slap fighting. Steubing runs over to break it up, and in classic Steubing fashion, he tries to break it up with his authority. As captain of this ship, I demand that you stop. And
I thought
Alan
he was going to
Hale,
get the punch. I thought he was going to get the punch right here. I didn't know when it was going to happen. This would have been. Imagine he goes over the captain's table. Oh.
Instead, he gets a punch of rank, where Jack McTeague's like, "I'm the vice president of the line. I outrank you.
Yeah, slow your roll. Shut your hole, Steubing. I'm about to beat up Flush Taylor. Get out of here."
Right, which is great. So Steubing's like, "This is not the time or place." They decide the time and place is actually Sunday morning at 11 a.m. before this boat docks.
It's good to get it out of the way before kickoff. That's good. Although West Coast time, it kicks off at 10, so we'll miss a little football, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. You can't get reception on the TV when
No.
I guess we don't really know if the boat's docked or not. So who knows? It's a quick trip. Let's see. So Steubing asks Isaac for an orange juice straight up after all this tumult.
Still staying true. I like it.
He's so sober. Isaac Steubing is like, the people are laying bets on this fight already. And Steubing's aghast by this. Isaac tries to pretend that he's appalled by this, but then someone shows up and hands him a $5 on McTeague. So I think McTeague is the betting favorite, which does make sense.
Oh my God. It should be more than, I don't know. I'd love to see what the line is on that. Good Lord.
Yeah. Check that out on DraftKings. Very nice. I always like when they do these kind of like combo scenes or whatever. Claire is over at the bar. Claire's at the bar. Yep. And so she looks at Steubing and she's like, "Man, your boat is nuts. Who's running this thing?
What the hell's going on? Who's your boss?" Yeah.
So where's McTeague? Let me get you fired here.
Shit.
So Claire gets an apology kind of from Steubing, who doesn't didn't want to come off as forward as he felt he might originally, which I don't know. I didn't think he was that bad. For Steubing, it wasn't that bad.
No,
but maybe that also could have been his move, right? The false humility or whatever.
Well, keep in mind that he's also the same man that got like thoroughly embarrassed to his face. Remember him standing on the dance floor and watching her dance? Like, Steubing's been beat down a little bit over the past few weeks. So
but I
don't think he came across that way.
I will say he is hiding it, bouncing back better, not showing the effects of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Better than Julie in terms of the first few weeks.
Because everyone wants to talk about marriage with Julie. You ever been married before, Julie? And she's like, "All right, enough." Yeah.
Steubing, not that upset about being forward, then asks Claire for a dance. She says, "Yeah, because what are you gonna do? Piss off the guy who's
like this
driving,
sad old man?" Yeah,
right,
sure, why not?
The boat.
Throw him a bone.
But Gopher runs into them before they can even start dancing, and they share a tale about the spider and the towel and everything. And I think give Steubing this, he realized quite quickly he should probably
read the room.
Down. He can, which is not always the case. So,
but I bet he's a little proud of Gopher too.
Absolutely, I think they all are.
Yeah.
I think they all are. That's why they didn't 100%. Really even. I like that they didn't try to do that move where it turned into a competition or something.
Yeah, no. I thought it was great. I thought it was good. It was more like a good for you.
Right. Stooping the rare, quick on his feet thought says, "I'm actually waiting for someone." Doc walks down. He's like, "Where have you been?" Doc's like, "What?" So I enjoyed that.
It was funny.
Those two are funny when they do stuff like that. So.
I agree.
Not funny. Chet is still rightfully pissed. I think he's still, although I do blame him for her knowing that they were on the cruise, but ultimately I think he's still pissed.
He's pissed in the cabin. He's a wet paper bag though. Like he's mad, but he won't say anything or do anything about it. So he just wants to share how mad he is. Like stop.
Oh, and this is immediately where it goes to hell because then his idea is to get out on the next port. Right. So you're laying down basically. But who's not laying down is Kim. She's like, no. I don't want anybody taking my space. And then she gets into more shrink. She gets into more shrink talk. And it turns out, Mike, that Carol is being a real, as Dr. Stone would say, Huckleberry Hitler.
Yeah, I heard that's a hell of a phrase.
That's a description. Yeah, I can't believe Hanna-Barbera didn't have a problem with that. So
I don't know. I would love to hear his version of Home on the Range. I wonder how that goes.
But guess what? There's a knock at the door. Carol has questions about sex on the boat. I went back a couple times to actually hear what she said. I couldn't figure it out. I think she said sex on the ship.
She did. I went back and listened. Yeah, I was kind of like, because they never just come out and say anything like that, but she did.
Yeah. So, there's a guy that's been interested in her. And so she's like wanting to make sure she's up with the lingo and all this kind of stuff. Kim doing great. Is like, just make sure that
optimist. Yeah.
I don't know if she's an optimist. I think she's like, she's not effing around. Like, I think she's like, this is my guy. He left you for me. I'm not playing nice with this, right? So, because she tells him.
I was gonna say you're right. It's not an optimist. I think that she could have handled this in a very nasty sort of way that might have been more effective. But like, if Chet's not going to do it, none of this is going to stick anyway. So it's just
the problem is she handled it appropriately on the assumption that her boyfriend was not interested in his ex-wife.
Right. Which is a big.
It's a big.
Which is you're not even on board.
Like she basically ended this. He exacerbated
it. Kept that fire going. Yeah.
Yeah. She gets a good line off to not mistake passion for boat moving around. So I thought that was funny.
So funny.
Carol leaves. And like I said, Kim is too good for the both of these people, honestly.
Absolutely.
Gopher and Claire are walking back to Claire's room, but Burl just gets a handshake. Yikes. But then Claire opens the door, realizes that a handshake was not appropriate.
No.
And we go to Smooch Town. You know what we get, which I've only ever seen in Fred Grandy scenes, is the shot over the shoulder of the woman in the room to Fred Grandy. The lady with the nose had it.
Yeah.
I think there was a third person that had it. It's so weird. I don't know if it's a height thing or what, but it's like the only people that ever get that shot is Fred Grandy and his lady friends.
That is true. That brings it. You bring up a
odd
good point.
Thing. Yeah. It immediately popped. So Claire, kind of puts the brakes on things a little bit. Like they get a smooch, but she's not looking to like invite him in and stuff like that. And she kind of does a little spiel, and then they both drop the facade. And they go in the room, and we get some smooches. We get the door shut, and we finally get to the commercial. That was a long, long first act.
Well, same thing a couple weeks ago. Remember that thing? And it was like, I felt like it was 30 minutes.
The first act was 20 minutes, and then the next two acts are like 10 combined. It's crazy.
And I feel like this episode felt like it went by so fast because of the way they break that. Because at that 20 point,
You just got to
You're
get
halfway
through the
finished,
first
pretty
20.
much.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. Yeah. And if you figure the fourth act had a couple big acting pieces, the rest of it is
Yeah.
nothing.
No, no.
It's
And
funny
the big
because
acting pieces are all in the same. Yeah.
and well, it's funny too because I paused. I kind of took a break in note taking after the first act because it was so long, and then it was like, oh, I'm
You're
flying through
pretty
the
much
rest of
done.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
100%.
that was nice. All right, we start Act 2, and it's 5 a.m. and that's what time that Jack McTee gets up for training.
Well, you can't train at 6 a.m., Mike, or 7.
It's true.
Come on. You got to get up early.
Sylvia's not happy. Sylvia's, shaking one off from the night before. She's not happy about this.
She's not.
Jack McTeague. Man, I got these names all confused.
It's
Jack
all right.
is looking for a little support from his wife, and he's assuming that Flash Taylor is getting that support. But meanwhile, Helen is like, "You're an idiot." so,
Yeah.
so both the wives are right. Both the wives are very anti this fight at this point,
Yeah, they want
for different
nothing.
reasons.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, for now they are. For now.
Milton Berle is one of the great out of breath panting actors I've ever seen.
100%.
Like just constantly, like not cartoonish even. Like this is exactly what would happen if he was training like this. So I liked it.
100%.
Helen is mainly upset because she didn't bring enough clothes to attend a funeral at sea.
Wait, Helen said this? Helen, the
Yeah,
one that
Helen's
brought
got
57 back?
she's got clothes for everything except the black veil.
Except a black veil. Okay.
We are post-coitus with Gopher and Claire, and we're just talking. All of a sudden, Claire's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm married."
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the
Actually,
hell, lady?
she's married on on paper only, much like the Hansons. She's really separated. Turns out her husband split 3 months ago. And they've only talked once, and that was when he called to get the American Express card sent to Madrid, which was a week after he left. Like,
left home
he left home without it. Which
I hope he didn't send it. Jeez,
that's not safe,
that's
especially in the 70s.
That's just okay. What's funny is after watching it, I feel like she's full of it. I feel like that there's a giant part of the story that we're not getting. I don't believe what she's saying. I don't believe Finner. I don't believe either one of them. And I thought for a moment that Gopher would, well, I don't want to say that, but it's just weird. I don't buy her story. I think it's nonsense.
I will say, on paper, right? Your husband cheats, then leaves.
Right.
I assume he's the breadwinner because it's the 70s and he had the card and all this stuff.
Sure.
So hopefully he's like taking care of her, but then she's on this cruise across country. Like there's just a lot of pieces that don't quite add up, but I didn't focus as much on it. But yeah.
Where did they say he was where he needed the traveler's checks?
Madrid.
Let's think the opposite way.
Yeah, but this was months ago.
Yeah, the whole thing just.
Tell you one thing, it's kind of ballsy to call. Like I know a lot of women that would have that credit card would have been cut in half and sent back with like one leg of your pants or something.
Oh, I don't believe any of what she's saying is true.
Oh,
I have
really?
a whole
You
fan
think
theory.
He's in there the whole time.
Yeah, I think there's some weird part of the relationship. What is it called? Like cuckold or something like that, where he's been on the ship the whole time. She knows he's been on the ship. It's just this weird something. It just doesn't make it doesn't make any sense. She is lying. And he was lying.
I think he was lying in the rafters so he could pop out at the appropriate time.
I thought he was going to kill Gopher. That's when I was like, well, this is it for
sure
Gopher. We need a new purser.
Like if he said hello, Claire, and there was like a gun, like a pistol,
or just a strong shove. Like who's gonna hear Gophers splashing in the water behind the ship at night?
Poor Gopher. Claire is worried about what Gopher must think of a woman who slept with him on the first date, but Gopher assures her otherwise and admits he's no cruise ship Casanova or cowboy. Sorry, cruise ship cowboy. himself.
Hmm. Which is true. Which is
Yeah,
true.
I
Absolutely
agree.
true.
Yeah, I mean, Gopher
He's an
probably.
innocent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gopher's had the least, and Gopher's had the least, and also he has left the boat with all of them except for the blonde from Bricker that he lied to, get out and taken her to her parents or something like that. But like basically, he's
Yeah.
left the boat properly with all of them. So
He has. No, you're absolutely right. He's absolutely done that.
basically, after Gopher kind of says that this isn't his thing either, they go back to Smooch Town. So all's well for now. I guess the separated thing gave Gopher some relief. His
That's
moral
fine.
fiber was not tested. So.
Right. And that's fine. It is a bit I don't know, because it's weird.
Well,
I
he's
kind of
not
felt
Steubing. Like Steubing would have
no,
been,
he's
oh
not.
my god, like
No,
it's
I
like
agree.
so.
I agree.
Listen, that's on her, not him. The married thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't.
No, I agree.
He didn't know, and ultimately, even if he did know, that's still on her, not him. So.
But I feel like he's that the way his character is.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like he would have left because of
Doc wouldn't
how he is.
care.
Doc wouldn't
Doc
care,
wouldn't
but I feel
care.
like Gopher should have cared
Isaac could
more.
go either way. Julie would
Julie'd be
love it.
happy. She would love it. It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect. But I do think like it. I think I get for the sake of the story why it didn't happen, but I don't think Gopher would have talked to her again right there, and then it would have been over.
Well, especially with the fact that it's a 2-day cruise, the calculus just changes, right? So.
Because I can't imagine him going, she's only here for another day. Screw it.
Plus,
Like
I gotta
Gopher's
work.
not that guy. Gopher's.
Right.
I bet Gopher gets up and leaves, and never talks to her again. I don't think he's going to compete for a married woman, realistically, for his character. But again,
well, but the thing is, though, I will say on paper, what he's been told, separated, he cheated. They've only talked once. He's in Madrid. I do feel like you can
agree.
Feel safe.
Well, that's why I think that. I don't know. That's why I think with her, old Claire Dalrymple is being shady as hell, because I just think it's too perfect of a no, it's okay because of but no. Freaking Nelson Finner's been on this boat the whole time. This whole story is he's having a rough time turning 40 and wanted his own cabin. Just some kind of bullshit going on here.
Chet and Kim are doing something on the deck. I don't know. What are they doing? What are they doing?
Idiots.
Ceramics? What are they doing?
The hell?
And Chet sees Carol, wants to take a walk. Kim's like, I ain't walking for anybody.
No.
Tells him to sit down. Chet then, no, exactly. Chet says that he's leaving the second that Carol brings up this mystery man of hers. But of course, it's Chet that brings up the mystery man first. And Kim's like, dude, like, come on.
Dude, he sucks. He really sucks, dude.
Carol and Chet are kind of doing their latest bit, and Kim's like, okay, that's enough. This is ridiculous. Everybody sit down. Take a knee. And so Kim is like, Chet sucks. You're hung up on him for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Move on. And not even like a move on, like leave my husband alone. Like move on, like he's not worth your time.
Right.
And this works, allegedly. Carol is like, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to waste another second on this guy.
No, please don't.
And she splits. And so you would think, okay, everybody got what they wanted. But now Chet is offended by the things that Kim said, even though it was very obvious that she was saying them for reasons to get rid of Carol.
This is ridiculous, dude. Just Chet sucks, man. Chet sucks. Like he's not a villain, but I just boo. He's awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's more of a worst, but it's just he sucks. And again,
how is this guy like an effective police officer on the Big Island? That's what I want to know.
Oh, guess what? He eventually becomes the governor of Hawaii. I saw in the credits, like in a TV movie or something. He's listed as Governor Dan Williams.
He's not very governor-like here.
No, he's not very gubernatorial.
Chet Dano Hansen, come on.
That's it for the second act. So just talking about act breaking, that was it. So
I just want to say this too. This was such a weird episode. And I want to explain the timing of it was so odd. That first act, like you said, everything was in the first act. It just seemed like this seemed like a 35-minute episode because there wasn't a lot of meat on the bone other than the gopher
Right. Because the
storyline.
boxing
Everything else
thing,
was
you
just
knew the boxing thing was the first scene and the last scene, and everything else was just getting to the filler. Like,
well,
right.
but I
So,
knew what the payoff was going to be
right.
when Flush and McTeague fought. We all knew what the
Yeah.
what the candle on the cake was going to be. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
oh
No, it was, hasn't happened in a while. It was definitely one of those episodes. I liked it better during the initial viewing, but most of that is
yeah.
because of the Chet Carroll storyline. So,
Yeah,
and
my
we'll kind
watch
of
this morning
unpack.
was oof.
Yeah, yeah. I actually didn't do one more rewatch like I usually do when I'm
Lucky
hosting, and I
you.
was like, I don't want to watch it again. So
It's funny because the
not all
first
of
time
it.
I saw it,
So
and I watched it with my wife, she was like, "Wow, you really did not like that episode." And I explained, well, it's just that when you have the one storyline. And this morning, I'm like, all right, let me watch this again. And I'm watching it. I'm going, oh my god, this
yeah,
is so much worse. Like
yeah,
I
it
know
really
how
is.
bad it is before it even gets there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
we
that was the
joke, but this is just dog
well,
shit of an episode.
and that's the thing because ultimately Kim loses.
Right.
And so if that's the case, and Kim did nothing wrong, right?
Right.
They give me no reason to root for these idiots.
No, but right. That exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so the whole storyline
It's a
is a
fucking
who
waste.
cares. It's a who
Right.
cares. It's
Now, if
there.
Kim won, then you'd be interesting to see how did she overcome this little thing with the
Right.
there's something there, but
Or
nothing changed.
at least give Kim the, you know what, I'm done. You two deserve each other. And give me that. But it's just like,
If you
yeah,
take away the divorce papers in the beginning, right? You could also call the storyline as Chet's wife. You know what I mean? Like Carol comes on the boat, Mrs. Hanson, and leaves the boat as Mrs. Hanson.
yeah.
It's just
Right. And it's that thing where they clearly don't think she's a villain, right? Because of the way it ended. So you gave me zero reason to root for
right.
your character.
The
Zero.
Hansons stink
They're the
as a
worst. I mean,
family.
honestly, congratulations. Early nomination, the Hansons see you as the worst
Just the
because
worst.
and worst storyline is in play too. This was
It's garbage, dude. It was
Kim did as
just.
much as she could, but
I thought Kim was great.
yeah, she
And
really
I
was.
think Chet's nuts for picking Carol over Kim.
Yeah,
You're
but
nuts.
but we know who cleaned up that mess.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Act 3, Steubing is grousing to Isaac that not only are these senior citizens, not only are these senior citizens going to fight, but people are taking. Like I had this backwards. This is where we hear about the gambling. So apologies. This is where Isaac is found out to be the bookie. So, Isaac gives a pretty big shit-eating grin though, because he's like, "Oh, I thought they weren't boxers. Sorry, Merrill. What was that? You told me I was dumb."
Nice. Yeah.
So
Who's his smart guy now?
he. I think Isaac enjoyed all this very,
Yeah.
very cleverly and classy, but he knew. So, speaking of the boxers, Jack and Ed are jogging and not jogging well. This is Pomeroy-esque, I would say, in
Dude,
terms of speed.
they love to get like
So,
older gentlemen in weird 70s workout gear and have them jog in this weird. It's like they've never run before. They're like, okay, run. They're like, no, run like you're running. Like they don't know how to.
well, it's
Milton
hard
Berle's not
because
running laps around the boat. I promise
the
you with
other
that
thing is
cigar.
too, I mean, don't forget, it's a set, right?
Yeah.
There's just
We
not a
can't
lot of
step
room to
too hard.
run. You can't
Right.
and you can't run that fast. There's not a lot of clear straightaways.
No.
So that's why Mark Harmon had to do that running outside. He was
He's
like, I
still
can't be
running, by the way.
contained.
Still running.
Sylvia and Helen see all this, and they kind of make a couple jokes about, "Oh, I can't believe these two are gonna fight." But then pretty quickly it turns into defending their husbands. Nancy Culp, "Oh, I believe my husband would clean his clock." So
That was a good Culp impression, by the way. I don't know if you've been working on that.
The ladies agree to make a $50 wager on the fight. This is where Nancy Culp says that she'll get a stretcher for Milton Berle, and Helen says, "I'll bring 2 for your husband." Fat joke.
Fat. Oh, I get it. I didn't know if it was a fat joke or a long joke. Like, are you going to put them like side by side or lengthways? Because you go either way. Height. Wait.
Doc and Julie are expressing concern to Ed about his physical condition with all this working out. And they're like, well, finally, as the wife shows up, and they're gonna like plead to her to stop this madness. But
sure.
Ellen's like, no, we got to win now, and she's looking for a sparring partner to help out old Ed and his boxing skills. They ask Doc. Doc's like, I'm too old for this. And then Julie says that she's a lover, not a fighter, which is fair.
Enter Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Somebody looking for a sparring partner? Like, oh no.
I have a Tommy Hearns reference in here later.
I'm a huge fan of that guy.
Sylvia wants Jack to hit the heavy bag, so she kind of grabs a couple pillows, and asks him to hit. Jack is tired. So tired, in fact, that he throws a half-hearted punch and passes it on top of her, right on top of Nancy Culp. Housekeeping, I guess, comes in, knocks and walks in and sees this mess, and Nancy Culp's like, married 37 years and still an animal. So
again, the Culp is strong with you today, sir. That is good Culp right there.
Oh man, I really do like Nancy Culp. I wish she was on more than just the 3 times. Stubing lets us know that we have arrived in Puerto Vallarta, and then we get a new set, which is not a real set, but we're doing inventory in the storeroom. Gopher's on a ladder, giving the numbers to Claire, who's writing them down. We have 6 bottles of Louis Castor 1917. I tried to look it up. I seriously doubt I was spelling it correctly, and all I was finding was people who were born in 1917 named Castor. So
you're just making up alcohol names.
Yeah, so not helpful there.
Maduro.
Gopher asks Claire if she wants to go into town. This is pretty boring. Sorry, I have to work, but Claire's interested in this. This is sweet. She said, the only thing I really wanted to do on this whole...
It's the most bizarre, specific request I've ever heard.
The only thing I wanted to do on this whole trip was stand on the balcony.
I think we do that. It sounds doable.
In the moonlight.
Okay.
The moon every night. Get serenaded.
Okay.
By a gorgeous...
All right.
Latin.
Okay. Makes it a little tougher.
With tight
pants.
Yeah.
That's
I feel like on a given night you can get 2 or 3 of those things, but all of them is...
That's a very specific recipe, Mike. That is very... You got everything except the tight pants. You got everything except you're a Norwegian. Like you can. That's not easy.
Yeah, I will say this. This does explain why she flew all day, though, because like she clearly wanted this. Although I guess she could have just gone to the Gulf Coast of Mexico and gotten some of that, right?
She could have gone to the Caribbean. Caribbean. I mean,
yeah,
it's no big deal.
I bet you the Butterman guarantee you has some Latin henchmen.
Oh,
down there,
absolutely.
Right?
I think Mr. Finner does too. I think he can easily get in the Latin man.
Mm-hmm. Gopher's then like, you know what? It's almost Christmas. Let's hallmark this baby up. Get on this ladder. I was waiting for them to fall into each other's arms like every Christmas tree decoration in a Christmas movie. But they smooch up there. And as they're smooching, Isaac comes in because how much sangria do we have? I need to know. It's very important.
I don't need any. I just need to know how much we have. Okay, fair enough.
And it's 15 gallons of sangria. I have no concept if that's a lot of sangria. Seems like a lot of sangria. It's a 2-day cruise.
And that's not what's already up at the bar. Like if you have that down there, that seems like a lot of liquid.
It's not Mexican night or fiesta night.
Do you say gallons? What did you say? Gallons?
Gallons, yeah.
I wonder if they just emptied milk jugs.
Milk jugs.
And it's a little bit of milk in the sangria. Like, you didn't even rinse it out, Isaac.
If we hadn't had milk in last week's title, 15 milk jugs of sangria would be a great title.
That would be a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really know. I guess it's possible Isaac's doing an order, but you think they would wait for the inventory before.
Why can't you make that ad hoc? Like as a punch.
Maybe they pre-make it. You know what it is? Maybe he's like, because it's only a 2-day cruise, I can kind of get caught up. What can I pre-make?
Yeah, but I think
it's like slow It's like when I used to work at the register and it was slow, I'd fill the cigarettes, right? So it's the same thing. Like maybe it's
Fair
slow.
enough.
I can make up the sangria.
Like the pre-cut cold cuts, that thing. We need a couple.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing too with this. Well, I have an issue with the little opening. So he's there. It's fully prepared sangria with chopped up. It's just such an odd thing to me to have
a
in
sangria. It's just a lot of sangria. And again, like you said, this is backup sangria.
Yeah, like
there's at least a gallon of show sangria out there. And
is that the only drink?
Well, you know what it is though. You know what we don't think about?
Hmm.
There's at least 4 bars that we know of.
Well, the 3: the outdoor, the Cove, the pool,
the Little Guy,
Acapulco.
The yeah. So it's like
more. Yeah.
So, but let's just even say 4. You got to stock. Maybe not the little bar, but the other bars, you got to have them stock. So
you could almost have 4 gallons of that shit at every bar location.
Can you imagine that little bar's got 4 gallons of
4
sangria?
gallons. What can I get you? Sangria, hopefully. Fruit flies everywhere.
I have sangria and 2 Rolling Rocks. So hopefully, oh great. Chet is looking all glum. He's sad because he took the stuff Kim said personally. Kim assured him that that's not the case. She was just saying it to get rid of Carol, but nothing gets rid of Carol because she's back to return a locket with a picture from their first date.
You know where this is going. Don't open it, Dano.
So how long were they married, did they say? I know how long the Finners were married, but 20 years? Something like that? It's been a while, right?
It's been a bit, yeah. I don't remember the number, but it was a bit.
What was photo technology in the 50s?
There were drawings. It was a drawing they made with pencil.
So were cameras that ready, or did they like go to a photo booth maybe? I guess they could have gone to a photo booth.
I guess, but if this was in the 50s? Didn't they have like the flash bulb?
Do you have a picture from Do you have a picture from you and your wife's first official date?
I do, actually.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, good for you. I don't, and now I feel like a heel. So I know what we did, but I don't have pictures. We also didn't have any
called love, Mike. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, we also didn't have any money on our first date. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah. There was a picture taken.
I couldn't have afforded the locket. So
yeah, but no, I don't have locket money. Basically,
you know what? We were at a hockey game, so if you want to scrub that old Flyers game, we could probably find me in the crowd somewhere. But
we were at it's funny, it's timely. It was a Halloween party. The problem is every picture has got me with like a cigarette in my hand. It's just not a very some years ago at a Halloween party.
Pretty cool in a locket though.
Just the smoke-filled picture. It's just, it was. It's funny. We were just talking about that the other day. It's like the 15th or 16th year anniversary of that happening. Yay!
I was gifted a locket a few weeks ago from a friend, a fan of the show.
Is this for real?
As a joke locket. Yeah, it was a
it
joke
me and
locket. So shout out Kate. No. It's the best friend locket, so shout out Katie. But yeah, I don't. The only locket I really know of is Annie. That's how they found.
Oh,
the parents,
with Daddy
right?
Warbucks in there.
Yeah.
Or like Elf. Remember, he wasn't a locket.
No, it wasn't Daddy. It wasn't Daddy. It wasn't Daddy Warbucks. It was her real parents. I think we may have to watch Annie. I feel like it comes up a lot.
I mean, Carol Burnett's in it. You got me.
I may have to watch Annie at some point. So
Annie
and Grease, I feel like, are the 2 things that come up a lot that we probably need to refresh. So.
Well, Locket is a great thing. I mean, what a great addition to the project shop. You know what I mean?
We should have lockets.
Yeah, me and you, Mike and Mike lockets.
We should do. We should take a screenshot of the first episode
and just put it in the locket. There you go. Mm-hmm. Look for a shop on Etsy starting next month.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm making homemade jewelry.
You know what also we sell is pieces of string, which is the other thing that Carol brings out. Carol says she has a piece of string that she's wrapped on her finger. What, for 20 years you've had the same piece of string? Your hands must be filthy.
Your finger must be purple.
You washing dishes over there, Carol?
Like, she holds up her hand and she's missing a finger like Jerry Garcia. It was on a little too tight there, Carol.
She said this to remind her of something about Chet, but she won't say what. Now this felt like she knew the bait was hooked at this point, right? So
this is
anyway.
She's playing him like a fiddle. Yeah. Like, he's so dumb. They made this guy he's a turtle that can't even get off his own. You know, he's stuck on his back. Yeah. And it's just pitiful, this guy. Ugh.
And this is the first in a while, because I think as bad as that episode was last week, I don't think I actually wrote it. This is the first Who Cares I've had in a while. So we made it to Act 3 for that.
Forget Flush and Jack McTeague. I want to see Carol and Kim go at it.
Oh, Kim would beat the hell out of Carol.
Crap out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nighttime, and there is some guitar playing, Mike. That's funny. We were just talking about playing some guitar. Is it a sexy Latin? Nope, it's a sexy gopher. Playing I Only Have Eyes for You.
Boy, he loves a musical number. How many now? This is third?
This season?
No. In total.
Ever? Yeah. So he had Danny Boy.
Is Danny Boy. Then he
Sonny
had,
Boy. Sorry, Sonny Boy.
Then he had the dream sequence when he was in the band.
When he was in the shower.
Yeah.
Now this. That's 4 at least.
So
is he like the leader in the clubhouse for singer of the year, like song of the year, best musical? I mean, we haven't had a lot. Yeah, I gotta start getting into
Well, no, because we had the one where she was blindfolded. Remember, she could sing, but she was so shy. What was that one?
Oh God, yeah.
With Gopher was involved.
Witchcraft.
Remember that whole thing?
I forgot about
Witchcraft.
Yeah, no, God, I forgot about that. It's been a bad song. Last year was a great singing one. This has not been a great singing one. So that's funny. I totally forgot about Witchcraft, which is hysterical. Anyway, so yeah, he's singing the Flamingos 1959 smash hit, I Only Have Eyes for You.
I feel like you're using the word smash. I bet you that was a big hit, actually.
It was a bit. I mean, I know it. I had to look up the Flamingos, but it's very interesting that song copyrights to sing them yourself seemed to be easy in the 70s. But as we've talked about, WKRP got killed with reruns because you can't have the recording. So that seems to be because as I watch the Muppet Show from the 70s, they'll always do covers of the songs with seemingly no problem.
It's like if you do a rendition of, that's a weird.
I don't know that that's the case today, but I guess maybe things were written differently in the 70s.
Yeah.
So
I think it's even tighter now. I don't even think you can.
Oh, it's got to be tighter.
It's crazy now. Absolutely. You don't even have. Yeah. I originally thought, like, even working on the podcast, I'm like, oh well, maybe I assume we can use 10 seconds. No. You can't use any. Thus, the boat horn opening on this podcast,
and me singing Dreamgirls. Burl's got a deep costume closet. We saw him with a couple weeks ago. He's always got the life jackets ready, and now he's got the mariachi outfit, complete with tight pants. Claire is over the moon.
Don't look at his playing hand, though. Yeah, don't look at his playing hand because it won't match up. But that's not important here. I know.
Poor Fred. Claire is. Oh, we forgot his lounge act this season.
Oh, we did.
The shark bites.
The shark bites, and then they brought him in the bath.
I think Fred Grandy is leading. I think he's leading.
Man Fred Grandy.
Crap! I think Fred Grandy's going to win Best Singer. Claire is really impressed. Gopher, she calls Gopher crazy, and he says, "Crazy about you." And man, it is time to smooch. These kids are going to live forever. And then smoke bomb.
Here we go. Everything changes.
This man walks out of the darkness.
Hello, Claire.
And that's it. And then, Claire's like, Gopher, this is my husband.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then Gopher with Fred Grandy with some crazy eye acting where he's just like, his eyes are all over the place.
He did like a triple take with his eyes only. It was pretty good.
Like a googly art craft project. So
yeah, look super shocked. Got it. With only your eyes. Okay.
Oh, he wrote that in there for himself.
Yeah, he knows what's
googly eye reaction. So.
I got this one. I can do my own direction. Yeah.
Act 4, we're right back in that stock room. We're gonna get our money's worth out of that room.
This fucking stock room. Yeah.
Claire tracks down Gopher, so they can talk about this now, right now. Don't go to bed angry, Mike. Don't go to inventory angry.
Yeah.
So Gopher claims to be busy, and eventually calls Claire out kind of on, or he calls her Mrs. Finner, which is a real shot.
Be funny if he was trying to drown his sorrows in all the sangria that's in the storeroom.
Yeah.
There's so much he could get just.
Could you tell Nick we only have 4 gallons of sangria?
And it's non-alcoholic sangria. Damn it.
Oh.
Now I'm just wired and full.
So full. He got changed pretty fast. I know the mariachi thing is more just a jacket, but he got changed like Melissa Gilbert.
He did a Wonder Woman spin, spin, spin.
You know, he's kind of offended that Claire is offended that he's angry and all that stuff. And he offers to bow out. She's like, no. I told, Nelson Finner, that he can't just show up and put his stake down for me or whatever. And so she's kind of like, nothing to see here, basically. And Gopher kind of acquiesces pretty quickly, but then when they embrace, he gives the old look to the camera kind of in the background. Gopher's not sold.
No, he's
not sold. That all is well here. So.
Poor Gopher.
More terrible pre-fight montage training here. From the olds. Jack and Ed actually meet up on the rail. They're kind of slumped up on the rail, and they both clearly want to say we shouldn't fight.
No, they don't want to do it.
But neither of them has the kind of, they have too much pride to quit, and also they hide behind their wives would get mad. And so they kind of like shake hands and wish each other luck. It was a very sloppy line. I think one of them stepped on each other, but I like that they left it in. It was like, I don't mind that sometimes. Like, it's just not all the time, but like sometimes it was. They clearly were not going to do reshoots, right? So
no, not at this stage.
One take Flash Taylor. So.
Yeah, and it's not like they filmed it backwards like Memento, like where they had to like, let's just screw it. All right, guys, come on. Yeah. Alan Hale, good. Let's go.
Meanwhile, and man, not since Convy was on this boat have we seen this piece of acting. So Nelson Finner has finally tracked down Gopher. He's in that little weird corner of the boat with the bench where we saw
we could easily push someone off. Yeah.
Where Steubing made out with Raymond Burr. This is where serious conversations happen.
This only is serious conversations.
Serious boat corner.
Where 2 men want to make out.
Right.
Like this is where they go.
Because this is where Steubing told us that he hasn't had a drink since he ran over all those children. So Nelson says he's a hard man to find. He just wants a minute of his time. Gopher says no, but then eventually says, go ahead. And it turns out, as we've kind of mentioned here before, Nelson has poor timing. He left at the wrong time and he came back at the wrong time.
Yep.
Turns out that, you turn 40 and got nothing to live for anymore.
This guy. Clearly.
Thank God they hired this tart.
Yeah. No kidding.
And once they hired that tart, that was the end of old married 40-year-old Robert Sampson. So he doesn't try to make himself the hero. He kind of said, I'm not sure if it was her or the way she made me feel or the fact that the wrinkles weren't such a big deal and all that stuff. It really made me feel old as someone much older than 40 to make it sound like this guy was dead.
Well, yeah. 40, as a person well past that age, I was like, Jesus, this was a death sentence more than a decade ago? And my wife and I are watching this together and she's sort of paying attention. But when that guy said he was 40, she was just like, there's no way. And then I explained how they play with the ages. There's no way that Nelson Finner was 40 years old in this.
I think he's only why do they do this? I think he's mid 40s. I don't think it's crazy.
I don't understand why they always.
I think they
Say
like the round.
50.
I think they like the round numbers. So
fair enough.
Plus, to be fair, I guess they didn't want it to be where she was so much older than Gopher, right? They never really.
Oh, so it's not a Mrs. Robinson type.
I was going to say
situation.
they didn't. It wasn't The Graduate, right? So it was more about the marriage than the age. Because I'm guessing in show she's 40, 39, 41, something like that,
He's
and Gopher's
30?
20. We haven't established Gopher's age. I think he's like 28 or something like that.
Yeah. So there still is a bit of an age, but it's not part of the story itself. So they don't want to.
Yeah. And I mean, she, whatever age Jill St. John is, she looks very young, right? So
she's yeah.
So it sounds like Finner was gonna end things with the secretary, but the secretary ended that first. No. So you get, old man. Hit the bricks, Gramps. So he has a great line where he's like, after he kind of is like, Claire likes you. That I know that. My guess is Claire said as much.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gopher said it's mutual.
Why didn't they show us that conversation, Mike? Between Finner and Claire.
Because it's not about that. I'm okay with that. Sometimes it's the mystery of it. It gives you a little more room.
Fair enough.
So, so the basic thing here is that Finner knows he can't compete on the boat. This is Gopher's turf.
Mm-hmm.
But damn it, when this boat docks, I'm going to be right there waiting.
That's right.
I'm going to fight for her, which means he got on and off at Puerto Vallarta and probably flew back.
That's weird.
So did he buy a boarding pass? Did he sneak on? I mean, we know you can.
I mean, it would seem that way. I don't know how you'd get on at that point without, because remember before there was a whole thing about the woman last week about getting married, and Stubing's like, well, he's going to have a boarding pass if you meet a husband. But conveniently,
but the thought was, but don't forget, he was obviously going to travel back. Whereas I guess theoretically this boat could have been docked the whole time. Mm. Well, and this then goes to the bigger conversation: is how does Nelson Finner end up in this gin joint?
Right.
So does Claire tell him she's taking a trip? That's basically how he would find out. I mean, that's
the only way that I can't.
Or did he pay for this? Or did he end up paying for this? Because again, he left, so she's paying the bills, everything. Right? Yeah. So I guess it's actually more believable. Now he still has to go.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you just wouldn't go to LA.
I don't.
But yeah,
it's a weird way to have a conversation with your wife.
And also, they don't live in LA. She had to fly.
That's what I'm saying. It's not right. He's in Europe. That's a long flight. I mean, I know it was before, but I don't know. I don't know what's really happening here. It's weird.
I guess he was trying to make a romantic gesture. Like he didn't know the Gopher part was going to happen.
Why wouldn't he show up in the beginning of the cruise then?
Maybe he needed that extra day.
Let's talk this out.
Maybe he needed one more day. Maybe he got dumped.
Living in Mexico? Like what?
It's a short trip. Maybe he got dumped yesterday.
Or he ran out of traveler's checks in Mexico and had to meet up with her. You wouldn't happen to have any of those traveler's checks, would you? Something.
All right.
All right.
Gopher actually wishes Nelson luck, kind of may the best man win kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really just a nice bit of acting by those two. I really did kind of enjoy it a little bit.
I did too.
Because again, it felt very realistic. It wasn't crazy.
No,
anything that was said on there, right? And again, it stayed very true to Gopher's character. So, let's see, not as good as that scene, of course, is Chet, who is worried that Carol's dead. We can only be so lucky. She thinks that the gentleman killed her because she didn't show up at dinner, and she isn't answering her door. Kim's like, "Wait a minute, you asshole." Why do you know all this stuff? And before he can even, explain, Carol comes bursting through the door. She spent all night, walking the deck, thinking about each other. And Chet's like, now he's in 100%. He's not even pretending. And Kim's just like, what's happening here?
She should have just left all of her stuff and just walked away at that point. Just
and
walked to Bricker's office.
So Carol's like, can you walk me back to my cabin? And Chet's like, yep. And Kim's like, where are you going? And he's like, home. And I think that's supposed to make us feel good. But like, it is one of the worst logical storylines in terms of I'm going to write this storyline to make you feel a certain way. The only way it makes sense is if they actually don't want you to feel good about those guys. But I don't think that's it, right? They give them.
Well, you'd have to feel bad about Kim's character in order to like for that to create that feeling of, oh yeah, you know, Chet belongs with Carol. It was just weird, and the whole walking back. You're right next door. Like everything was just.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's not even a walk. That's
you're right next door. Like, what are you talking about? The whole thing is just dumb. Kim is just like, ugh. Just Chet's
I will be
dumb,
really interested because obviously, like, we're halfway through the season. You got to really think about everything, and some things were just unmemorable. But this was terrible. This was a terrible storyline that made no sense. And it's funny because after last week, I didn't think anything was beating that stupid scientist one. But
this is worse. I would say this is.
I think you're right because at least we had the doc stuff in the scientist one. This
sucks. It's off. It's not even like a C. This is one of the worst storylines, I think.
Yep. I just don't understand
the history of the show that we've seen so far.
Because it's like I've complained about like the Stanfield thing, right? They never give you a good Stanfield thing to make you understand why Julie did it, but that's the point.
But this is so much worse,
right? Because
screw it.
Because Stanfield never gets like a face turn. He never gets a win. He doesn't get comeuppance, but he never gets a win. He just disappears. Right. We're supposed to feel happy that the Hansons have reunited. So, and I do not.
Well, there was nothing that happened in this episode that made us root for Carol at all. No. There was nothing to...
Or Chet, honestly, because...
They're both the worst. The Hansons just stink. Yeah, I'm not... Get out of there, Kim.
Yeah, Hanson brothers, yes. Hanson couple, no.
Bop is what I always say.
Oh, there you go. There's a title. There's a reel. This is all done. Thank you. I didn't even think about that.
Writes itself. Yeah.
Ring the bell. It's fight morning on the boat. It's 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Do you know where your olds are? Isaac introduces the two contestants. This is where I was worried that we weren't going to get Steubing punched in the face. Because Isaac is also
confident. They're not punching Isaac in the face. Yeah. Isaac will beat the crap out of both of them.
Isaac is Mills Lane, Jimmy Lennon Jr., and the house, because he's taking bets right at the end here too. So we start the fight. It is not Hagler Hearns. I would say the pace is a little slow. So they're just dancing around. And so while this is happening, Julie kind of barges into Steubing's office to explain that she's a little surprised that the captain of this boat is not up on the deck. Steubing takes time to admonish Julie for not knocking. We have seen him not knock multiple times, including times when Julie's been in the room. So,
and it's your office too. It's not like it's your cabin.
And it's an emergency.
And she felt like it's an emergency. Right. The boat's on fire. Right. Why not yet?
Hold on. Wait to acknowledge. Yeah, I could have been in here with a pastry. So the only reason they get away with him being just a complete ass is because, like we said, they're going to pop the balloon. So they're loading up here,
setup?
Which I love.
Setup. Yeah, love it.
Love it that they get.
Now you know it's coming too. You're
exactly.
Like, okay,
no,
excellent.
now I was comfortable. So he's like, no. There's no
my
ship. I told them personally this morning that there would be no fisticuffs on my boat.
It's building too, because I'm
just keeps digging, right?
Let's go. Yeah, I'm on board now.
Julie got nothing to do this episode, but at least she gets one of these. So she's like, well, they're wearing gloves. It must be cold up there. And he's like, gloves?
Pugilists.
So he puts his little hat on and he runs upstairs. And he got up there pretty fast because we join. The crowd is going nuts at this point. Nancy Culp is like, punch him in the face.
You know, Steubing should have been out of breath when he arrived. There's no way.
Yeah. So, like I said, it was a big crowd, hype crowd, big giant crowd for the end of the boat trip. Like, although if I was on a boat for 2 days, I absolutely would get out of bed and watch two old people fight each other.
I too watch two old people box. Absolutely.
Yeah, no question. Steubing starts to make his way through the crowd, and they kind of give Vicky a reaction shot early because she knows who her dad is. It's like, oh, this old man's gonna get punched in the face. So
he's gonna pirouette when he gets struck too. Oh.
Now they do a back to the camera, and I don't believe he does a big like stop this immediately or something like that. So I don't know if this was a stunt fall, but it wasn't particularly.
It's total stunt. They brought. He's like, after last season, I can't take a punch like that again.
But that was so much better last year. The cell.
Oh, it was great. He did a complete spin.
Yeah. So this year he gets punched, double punched, and he kind of slumps.
Yeah, not as it's not.
Yeah.
Imagine if like on an IMDb they're like, fun fact, Gavin MacLeod was actually knocked out cold by Milton Berle in the filming of this episode.
So yeah, I mean, it's always good to see Steubing get punched. And again, is that 3 punches in a row?
Well, Doc
got hit.
Who was the one before?
Didn't somebody get hit a couple weeks ago? I feel like somebody else got hit in the last couple weeks. So
I'd have to go back and look. I remember
there's been there's been a lot of violence.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Steubing's down. Nancy Culp tries to check on him, but that's kind of the payoff. Not the greatest payoff, but at least Steubing got hit. That's kind of what we're always looking for.
Yeah, it checked the box.
Claire is on the deck during the day. She's not a big fight fan, I guess, so she's just kind of chilling out on the deck. Finner's gone, I guess, at this point, which means I think that is what happened.
He comes back.
That was in L.A.
Oh,
so I do think he literally just snuck off.
Popped off.
This guy did his research not only to find his his wife, but also to find out this boat has no security. So he watches the show.
That's a lot of research and very specific information for this Mr. I wonder what this Mr. Finner does. Some shady secretaries business or something. Yeah.
Maybe they're a spy agency. Maybe he's Charlie.
He is. Maybe he's James Bond. That's what
hello,
it is.
Angels.
She's the first. Hello, Nelson Finner here.
Gopher's like, hey, I had a chat with your husband last night. So, which Claire didn't take that as surprised as maybe I thought she would. But Gopher's kind of like laying it out. She's like, I think you should try it again with him. And she's like, when did you become so worldly? But he made good points, right? I think Gopher's thought is this guy's going to fight for it. There's 19 years of marriage behind them. There's 2 days of inventory behind Gopher.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's realistic. And I also think they didn't say it, which I give them credit for not saying it. They didn't do the move where it's like, and listen, if it doesn't work out, you know where to find me or something like that. There really wasn't even that. I think it was implied, but they didn't actually say it.
He should have said, I just feel in the end that you're just too old for me. It'd be a hell of a way to end it.
You're terrible at inventory.
Sorry, Claire. I don't need your help counting gallons of sangria anymore in your advanced age. Sure.
Oh man. And so that's she just wants to be held. Going to a commercial break. Her dream last act was met. Her dream this act is met. And we get a nice little roll into the commercial. Act 5. Kim has landed on her feet. Doc's feet.
Yeah. No kidding. Kim's gonna be just fine.
So Doc is walking down the steps with Kim, and she's talking up Dr. Sunnystone, and Doc either one of the quickest liars in the world, or maybe he does know Sunnystone. I could see those creeps hanging out together in an episode of Bricker or something like that. But Doc says he knows Sunnystone. He's a real pro, that Doc, I tell you. Ed and Jack are talking to Steubing and trying to determine which side of his jaw hurts more so they can finally put an end to this, but both sides hurt. Great. There will be no winner.
Great. No, there'll be no winner.
The wives suggest that they should travel together again next year. And Steubing's like, May I suggest the mountains? That's your boss, dude. You better say
stop that.
You better not be advertising mountain vacations. That's not good for the princess line.
No, it's not. That's not come on. Not cool.
Carol rips up her divorce papers. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. I don't care.
All right, Gopher and Claire say their goodbyes, and they point out, well, at least we didn't say I love you, because that would have made this a sticky wicket. But Gopher, he's got good eyes for a purser.
He does.
He saw Finner in the corner, and so he gives her one last long smooch, and the camera cuts over to Finner, who is wearing sunglasses indoors, dark sunglasses. He has no reaction. But that one's got to hurt. We talked about this a little bit with Barbie Benton and her dying boyfriend, where you understand what was happening, but you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like you probably know what happened, but you don't need to see it.
No.
So good job by Gopher. Give him one right on the way out. So I'll be nice to you, but here's one for
I mean,
Michael Corleone says hello. Like it's just such
no kid. He gives him a kiss on his cheek and lets him walk out. Like, oh, is that?
So with that, they say their goodbyes. Claire goes with Nelson, who didn't try to smooch because that would have been weird to have Gopher's lips, right there. So, but they walk off, and then in a very nice end scene, I actually really did like this, and you don't get we've gotten a lot of good Julie Gopher brother sister kind of fighting this year, but this is the other end of that. Julie comes over to kind of console him and says, sometimes it helps to talk about it. Obviously, Julie has a lot of experience there.
Right.
Gopher says sometimes it helps not to talk about it, which clearly was a reference to the night before.
Yeah.
And I thought I've not gone back and looked at all 64 of them, right? But it's like that felt like the best last line of an episode that we may have had. It was like perfect button.
Yeah.
On a damn near perfect storyline execution. So
I mean, from beginning to end, it really was solid the way that they did it. I mean,
and the more I think about it now, the more I can give Finner a pass for knowing where she was, because he's probably paying the credit card bill. So
that's true. Well,
that was the one
paper
thing.
Statements in the back,
right?
She booked this way in advance,
or whatever. Yeah, they could have booked it together. Who even knows? But like, he's getting a boat receipt. He's getting a plane receipt.
He's like, I didn't really come on the boat to get back with you. I just wanted to get more traveler's checks, but now I feel jealous, and now I want you back.
Also, I'm not paying for 15 gallons of sangria.
No, no. And you know what? I'm fine with paying your $39 cruise ticket. That's fine. I'll eat that cost.
Sir, we will get to this on what's ahead for next week, but the boat pricing is going to be a star of next week's episode.
Oh, thank goodness.
But before we get to that, that's it for episode 64. Quite an episode.
Wow.
Yeah. So totals and a recap.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, King of the Hill best episode is the 2-parter with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. It's funny. Sorry, worst episode was last week with the scientist and the fake marriage.
Was the worst episode last week?
I think the Spider Serenade storyline is too good to be the worst episode.
I can get on board with that.
And I will also say that I think the boxing thing is a perfect third storyline. I can make an argument because I think as I was watching this initially, I was starting to think this might be the best not 2-parter we've seen. But then when the Hansen thing happened, but if you give me a solid, not even a solid B storyline instead of that, I think
what if you had the professor from last week?
Well, no, that's a bad C storyline.
What's another
like a good B storyline?
Yeah. I mean, if we just had anything,
give me it's hard. B's are hard because it's really more dependent on what's ahead of it.
I think that the thing that's tough for me is if I'm looking at this as an episode, a complete episode. That Hansen storyline was so bad. Granted, to your point, that Gopher storyline was so good.
Nope, I agree. So it's a wash. So at the end of the day, it ends up being a wash, and this is not the worst or best, obviously. But
Right.
I think as it was happening, and again, I don't think we have an established, we don't do this, right? But the two-parters have been the best episodes.
Yeah.
And so we don't have like a best not two-parter episode
No.
in my
No.
mind. And it was going there for a little bit. And then, yeah.
They've just really crapped the bed with that Hansen storyline. Was
It's
just
just
terrible.
inexplicable. I still don't know what they were trying to do there.
No,
So.
I don't either. I think they could have found a better spot for Dano.
Yeah, because that thing's a bad storyline no matter where you place it too. It's not like, yeah, it's not the acting. Like I said, Carol, maybe that's what they were going for. I don't think it was, but that's not her fault.
Who knows? It was just bad all around.
All right, I feel like this is easy, but Captain of the Week.
I feel like it is easy. I feel like it has to be Gopher.
Yeah, it has to be.
Easily.
He's the best of the week if he didn't write it.
Right, and he wrote it.
And he
hands
wrote
down,
it.
He was great.
I mean, and
He's
again,
got
the whole
range
storyline
and laughs, and it
like
was
we
great.
said, Jill St. John was good. I thought Robert Sampson was good in his bit part because again,
I agree.
That's like come in for 3 minutes and be this guy, and he kind of straddled the line, right?
I feel like he did everything he needed to do to get that storyline over from adding that little piece. I thought he did a great job.
Yep. Yeah, and he did it in a way where I didn't focus on the fact that he's going to get away with cheating on his wife.
Right. Yeah, it was.
I didn't.
It was well written, man. It was well written.
There have been those, right, where it distracts me so much. Yeah, it really was.
Well, I think that's what's weird. I think
also shout out as always.
I just think it's a testament, like you're saying, to that good writing because it's so easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. Shout out also to Nancy Culp and Alan Hale, actually, which again, I have not seen him in many things over the years. So it was nice to kind of see him play a different character. And for what it was, he was good.
He played the skipper on that Gilligan's Planet cartoon. I know that.
No,
that's a bit of a no.
Thing.
No.
No, you know what? The only thing I've ever seen him in that he wasn't the skipper, besides this now, was he was in It Happens Every Spring, which was a movie from like the late 40s, early 50s about baseball. And I think that's the movie where a professor invents a rub that you can put on a baseball to repel it from wood, and he becomes the greatest pitcher of all time.
Interesting.
I think Alan Hale was his catcher.
He has a catcher vibe to him. I could see.
Oh, absolutely. He's not playing shortstop.
No. First baseman or catcher, and that's about it for Mr. Hale. I agree.
This is also very easy. Worst of the week.
The Hansons as a whole, just awful. As we've defined pretty thoroughly, just everything about it was terrible.
No, so bad. And again, a waste of a pretty good character in Kim. Like I would have liked to have seen that fleshed out a little bit. Somebody who's because what was this I guess I didn't think about this. Is this another takedown similar to Dr. Todd of like these relationship psychologists in the 70s?
Kind of those guru books that came out,
right?
Self-help. Yeah, it just does seem like another one of these whack
because you know who hates this is old white guys.
That's right. That's right. They can't stand that. Exactly. So it's funny because now we know how old that writer was. So
right. And we also finally figured out why that storyline happened. So I think we solved it.
Oh, there we go.
Good job, everybody.
Thanks.
That's Totals and a recap for this week.
Shit. Plugs. Hitting season Patreon absolutely hammered. This is this Phillies podcast you need. So grab your bat, your cap, and your Phillies pride. Crack open a beer and enjoy a weekly Phillies happy hour with Chris Jones, Justin Clue, and our very own Mike Robertson. Check out Absolutely Hammered on the Hitting Season Patreon. You can find us everywhere and anywhere you find your audio podcast. Please hit that subscribe button and leave a review. There's so many now, Mike. It would take me 10 minutes to list every audio podcast. It's out of hand.
Now, that would have been a better B storyline than the Hansons. You just reading
1,000%.
all
Stubby
the
winning.
different podcasts.
Yeah. You can also find us everywhere you find your. I'm sorry, I already read that. Check out your video podcast on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button and leave a review. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Look for weekly reels and updates. I'm going to check the old mailbag, Mike.
Ooh.
We do have mail.
Hey.
And this one is interesting. It comes to us from a gentleman named Gil. And he says, "Hello there. Are you struggling to grow on YouTube? Worried about getting insufficient views and your competition is always one step ahead of you?" It says, "Let me know if you want a free trial of our service. No problem. It's a solution." It says, "We can do YouTube views for only $2 per 1,000 views." We probably shouldn't sleep on this offer, Mike.
Wait, I don't understand. Wait. So first of all, I can make fun of this guy. So it's Gil.
Gil. Yeah. Well, he says there's a solution for this. The latest marketing tools can help you increase your videos as soon as you publish them. We can do YouTube views for only $2 per 1,000 views, as well as other services such as YouTube likes for $4 per 1,000 likes.
Are we getting the $2 or are we giving the $2?
No, we'd have to. I believe we would give the $2.
But who's viewing it? I don't care if the
nobody.
Nobody. So we're just getting fake numbers for $2.
Right. Here's $2, and no one's gonna see it.
To quote Mr. Burns, "I'd rather have the dollar."
I'd rather have the dollar too.
Sorry, Gil.
Sorry, Gil. And that's our email for the. You can reach us at the loveboatproject@gmail.com. It was him, and I got some Nigerian man offering this really good offer.
No. There's going to be a prince. Listen, there's going to be a prince on this episode eventually, on this show eventually. So
I saw that email, and I'm like, oh, I have to read that email.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty.
That's
good.
One that I used to send to you, and you go, "Oh, Mike."
I was going to say the fact that
silly dumb Mike, what are you doing?
The fact that you sniffed that one out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just as surprised as you are. It took me 4 readings to go. Something tells me Gil's not on the up and up.
If I spent $8,
I spent $2,700 on likes.
Oh, no.
What a stupid thing to. What is that? Have you seen the? That's so weird. But
yeah.
Anyway,
I like the idea that Gil is out there, like at parties and like on the bus, like, "Hey, watch this."
Look how many likes this has.
Watch this 2-hour episode.
Yeah, how do you go on a bus and get random? It's gonna take you months to get that many likes. What are you doing?
Gil?
Or $4 gets us 100 likes right now.
Just saying. Great. You know what? I'd rather get likes the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. Save our hard-earned Love Boat Project cash.
Exactly.
Next
I
episode,
could buy a locket at the store.
I'll trade it. I'll tell you what.
I'll trade half my locket.
I'll give half my locket
for $2.
For $2 for 50 likes. Yes, please. Amazing. Next episode, Mike. From what I saw, it looked like the return of a stubby winner. So
return of a stubby winner. And hey, do you like villains?
Hey, anybody have a creepy uncle you like?
Yeah, Red Buttons is back. Kurt Stansel is back.
Oh, it's a real who's who.
Cora, the neighbor who blew up Huggy Bear's affair, she is back. Jessica Walter is back. There's a lot going on.
It's like Battle of the Network stars.
It is the last episode of the decade of the 70s.
Wow. Well, that's why it's loaded, Mike. They know.
Obviously. And it is also, of course, our last chance at the Love Boat doing a Christmas episode for season 3. Will they do it? We'll find out. But regardless if they do, we'll have one of our own.
It'll be Christmas next time we meet.
I know the answer because I have watched the episode, but I am not telling anyone. So we'll see you in a couple weeks.
I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm sort of going to be in Christmas gear, but I'm sort of not. We'll see what happens.
If I'm wearing a Christmas hat, you'll know the answer. But we will not be fooled like we were with Halloween. We are prepared one way or the other.
They really pulled the wool over us on that one. That was ridiculous.
But that is it for episode 64. A fascinating story execution. And I don't know. That was worth it, I guess. But
I
that
guess.
was a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Just
But
another
yeah,
one
like I
on the
said,
road to, yeah.
we have now reached episode 64, so look out for that March Madness bracket so you can pick the best and worst episodes of the Love Boat Project. So
Imagine the
until
play-in
then,
episodes. Oh, how bad those
well,
are.
that's
How do
after
you?
this now, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
Starting next week we'll have over, so
Next
we'll have
week could be
playing
playing. Yeah.
matchups. Yeah. But that's it for now. Until then, we will see you again next week. Thanks to Mike. And we'll see you for maybe Christmas, but definitely the end of the 70s for episode 65.